change some things over here because we've got, let's see, settings. I need to fix this. It's always one of those things. It's like, hey, we've got this, we've got this whole wonderful platform, but you can't change anything until you're inside the live. It's like, come on, man. And then of course I can't remember how to do it. I know it's under settings. We've got something as has to do with the layout, man. Has to do with the layout. Hopefully it's not anything. Here, let me see. Hey, what's up, bearded? All right. Well, I'm gonna keep this thing going right here, just so I can go. Hopefully that's not messing everything up for everyone else, because maybe it's that right there. There we go. That'll make it better. All right. So we're up here. We're up over here. We got plenty going on. I'm checking the chats on both ends just to make sure I got everything. Hey, not much. I'm working. Hey, Bricks and Lore, what's up? Bearded, Bricks and Lore, Brick Boy. So we're working on that Lumibricks. We've got the Heritage Tram. So we've got this bad boy right here, and I figured we want to. Bro said, "What's up, Gabe?" I figured we want to do the platform and the rail, but we're not doing the tram yet. And I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I've already pre-planned things, as I do. I'm a schemer. As I guess the Joker would say, it's a schemer, huh? So, what I figured we would do is we're going to be going through. We got bags 1 through 2, and then we're going to skip 3 and 4, and we're going to go straight to 5. Does that seem dangerous? Does that seem kind of wrong? I mean, it's like one of those that I'm wondering if people are just yelling like, "No, don't do it, don't do it." He is on the phone. He is, I think, in his room. He's just hanging out, doing his thing. And hey, thank you all for the heart meets. I appreciate it. Thank you for being part of the club. I appreciate that as well. I'm glad to see you all are here. I already put our minifigs together, so we'll hold those up. We'll look at all of our minifigs. We get 5 of them this time. We get, of course, the tram operator. Yeah. At first, I was like, hey, it's like a little John Travolta person from oh my God, Pulp Fiction, but it's actually a lady's face. So, yeah, it's not a John Travolta. And then we got this lady here that's gonna be holding flowers. She's, I guess, getting ready for date or work. I don't know. Nice blouse. We got this rosy cheeked lass here that's selling flowers. I'm gonna make her one of my Irish people. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Lumigod? Hey, Lucy. And then we got our singing guy. He's out there. He's just singing, loving it. And then we got. I call him Gentleman Agent. He's like my British agent. He's got a whole weapon stash underneath the tram station. You just don't know it. I'm trying to remember what the hey. I'm trying to remember what the show was, the movie where they took the kid off the street and they made him into a secret agent, and he was like, they had several of them. They had a sequel and then they had a prequel. It wasn't Gentlemanly something. I think I've got the first one somewhere, but I haven't watched it in years. I need to probably watch it. Okay. So we've got, of course, our light kits. Everything's been tested. Everything's done. The batteries have been put in, and just for just for future reference here. Let's see, is that one? Oh no. Oh yeah, this is the one that's kind of, yeah. So I probably need to fix that. Kingsman, yeah, such a good movie. So that's one of my Kingsmen right there. He's got his fresh dapper suit. Check him out. Is that not Kingsmanly-ish? Hey, what's up? Bills with Bricks, what's happening? All right, so we're gonna start on bag 1, and then we're gonna go to 2, and then we're gonna skip and go to 5, and we're only working on the station and the rail. Old man retro gamer, what's happening? Just chilling. Are you doing anything today for live, or you building anything right now? I always ask that of everyone. I want to know what you building. Hey Gabe, hey Gabo. Now I started doing a thing. I picked up 2 of these, and what I figured I might start doing is I got my light kit stuff here, and then I've got my 2 trays, and I've decided to start separating larger items, smaller items. I don't necessarily like having, everything. Hey, thank you for the follow. I don't like necessarily having everything like in one bin, and I don't like organizing, but I have found it makes it a lot easier if I've got some things separated. And so like the bigger blocks and plates go on one, small details go on the other. I'm awesome. Oh, thank you. You all are just being too kind, man. I know I'm a stinky old man. You know how I know? I smelt my upper lip this morning. Yeah, you're awesome, dude. All right, here we go. So we've got a bag of plates and such. Pull out my knife here. Boom, boom. Put that back up there. And man, I got to give them a shout out on this. Look at this. So of course we got our sign, and all the signs come like this. They're all wrapped up, So we've got everything's all wrapped up, and it's already put together. So that way when they do the print, they get a print that lines up with everything. So that's already like bangers as it is. But then to top it off, they wrap it in this plastic to keep the print from getting scratched up and damaged. And I'm going to tell you that's a big thing, because that doesn't always happen. Some companies don't do that. Look at that. Throw that over there. Look at that. Line number 3. They put a plate on it, hold it together, and they wrap it up so it's all nice and clean. Hold on, I figured not a win. I feel like I missed something. I never call my knife a knife. I call my with Sharpie. Yeah, was it? That's not a knife. That's a knife. I've got on my gun belt. I got a knife. I carry like on my belt if I'm out doing farming or I'm out in the wilds. I got a big old Bowie knife that I carry. How do they do it? I believe that what they do is they do what's called a surface print, where they've got a printer where they take the plates, keep them together, and then they'll run their design across the 2 plates. Kind of a printer, ink printer that's raised. Oftentimes you can tell because if there's a little bit of raise and it feels like it's been printed, it's almost like a slide decal in a way, but it's printed across the 2 and then cleaned up, and then they have it there. You watch, dude, I love Crocodile Dundee. That was one of those flicks when I was a kid that it used to crack me up. I loved it. And that whole line of "that's not a knife, this is a knife," that was like my favorite part. And then when he took the thing off the back of the limo and threw it as a boomerang. Oh, it's on Prime, dude. I'm gonna be watching that. Looky there. And then they put it on those rail plates there. So if we don't use those rail plates, I got some rail plates. Put some stuff together to make some more track. The second one, I haven't watched the second one. I think I watched it once or twice. My dad loved the first one. That was like his jam. He loved that movie. But I hadn't watched this. That was one that we never really watched that often, was the second one. But I'll have to go check it out. See if I can expose my kid to some Crocodile Dundee. I'm sure he'll be like, eh. I got him to start watching a little bit of Quigley Down Under. And he watched some of it, and then he was like, I'm out. He enjoyed it for a little bit, but it didn't hold his attention. I will say, hey, Chris, we did sit down and we watched all of the Back to the Future series. We watched that over like 3 days, so one a day. And he loved it. He did enjoy it. I'm not sure. I think the first one is his favorite. I really like the first one too. I was actually surprised that when I go back and I watch them all in a row, I was surprised to see that there are references to the third film in the first film. There are references to the first film in the third film and second film. Second film has references to both. So like, it is so cool to see how they wrote them all lined up. You watched the third the night before last? Yeah. Third one is highly underrated, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Someone was asking the other day, they're like, well, here's the thing. He had he had the hole in the gas line, and he had the hole in the gas line, and the tire was punctured, right? And so he's like, he couldn't do anything with it. And someone's like, well, technically there's another time machine there because it was hidden in the cave. It's like, yes. They're like, why didn't he use that one? Except this. The time machine that he traveled there, had the circuit from the 50s that would allow him to go. The time machine that was there didn't have that circuit, so the circuits were completely dead. The problem is this. If they would have taken the time machine out of the cave, taken the hose off, it would have ceased to exist in the future, which meant that as they went back in the past, it would have disappeared. Does that make sense? It's a lot. It's too much. Too much. But I think about that. Like, someone was doing an essay, like, why didn't they go and do this? It's like, well, technically it would cease to exist. It would cease to exist. Because again, you take it away from the past, the butterfly effect goes into place. Once that's gone, technically it's no longer there in the other. You can start drinking again. Is that because of the time displacement? It's like, it's too much, man. You make it too difficult. Too much thought went into that. It's a movie. It is a movie. Woo! I love it. I love it. Well, it's, because I for the longest time I watched, what was it? Film Theory. It's too early for it. Yeah, I agree. My bad. My bad. I should know better too. All right, we got an 8x16. That's a big old plate. So 16, 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. 4 and 4 is 8. Boom. That is our plate right there. We need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I love these. They're kind of a cream color. Yeah, they are great movies. Absolutely great movies. And so much thought went into them as films. Obviously, it was a passion project for the writer. He loved what he was doing with it. 1, 2, 3, and 6, 7. Yep, I did it. Can't believe I did it. 1, 2, 3. Let me get these real quick. 4 and 5. Yeah, I mean it was so much it was so much. I just so much you just killed yourself. But I will say, here's the thing though. I will say that the film series, even though aspects of it haven't held up, and I know there's people now that they're doing theories, and I'll watch the theories on them, but they're doing theories now about Back to the Future as being parallel dimensions. I don't keep too much of that, but I will say this: there's one theory I absolutely love. Hear me out on this. You ready? The theory is that all of it was saved. George, finding the courage and doing everything he did, was saved because of a bottle of booze. Yep. You don't think about it until you get into the second film, but George was at the dance, and he was waiting over there to go and do his thing for Marty to help Lorraine. Now, when he was there, he was waiting around. He drank the punch. He actually had a couple of cups of punch. Now, the thing is that if you go to the second film, Biff's friend pours his alcohol, hey Steph, into the punch bowl before George gets there. George let his guard down and kind of let loose and let his emotions go because he had some liquid courage. Also, I think George, and that bottle of booze is the same bottle I left on the counter. Forgot to take it. George also, I think he knew who Marty was. And the reason why I say that is George was an avid sci-fi reader. So that's the first thing. He was an avid sci-fi reader. Second thing is, it was when he saw Marty disappearing on stage that he turned around and decided to cut in and tell that one guy to beat it, and went back dancing with Lorraine and won her over. And I think because of that, I think he knew that Marty was from the future, which is why I don't think he talked about him much to Marty growing up, but just, made sure that he fathered him in a way that he would grow up and be a great person. Hey, Allosaurus. So there's so much back and forth with Back to the Future. Like, there's so many ins and outs and small details that just they wrap on themselves, and they kind of wrap around your head, and they make you go nauseous. All right, here we go. So we got this beautiful tiled area. Look at that. Now we got 2 of them, and I'm guessing maybe we're putting them together like this. I think it's going to be a long tram, or a long station for the tram. But yeah, that's going to be, see, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So 22. So it's about 2/3 of a base plate. So it'll be big. It'll be big. Nothing wrong with that. All right, we got these 2 1x12s. I know they're 1x12s because they're the only ones in green. And then we've got 3 of these 1x8 tiles. 1, 2, and 3. I am building, let's see if I can pull up the box here. Oh, man. Old man back, old man bones. I am building the Heritage Tram from Lumibricks. And so we're going to be doing, I had it planned. My plan is to get through bags 1 and 2, and then we're going to skip ahead to 5. And so we're only going to work on the platform and the rail, and then the next time that we come to meet, we're going to do the the Tram, and then the extra cart. I just finished this build the other day. It's good fun. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, hey, hold on. Let me go. I'm gonna go over here. I'm looking because I want to see. Ah, all right, Clarissa. I followed you, so that way I can go check it out. You received the blacksmith? Yeah. The blacksmith it's on my list. It's on my list. The Old West one is definitely one I want to get because it's gorgeous from what I've seen. I know that there's like a few ins and outs and things that some people were like, I'm not too keen on this, this, and this, but overall, from what I hear, it is a solid build. It's a good one. And you also followed? Awesome. I am second guessing that one though. Let's see. Second guessing, it's a Lumi one. If it's the blacksmith, it's actually under the Lumibricks. Hey, what's up, Alex? You calling me a super builder? You're the super builder. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm putting this bad boy together here. So we are making the heritage station. But I'm off on my counts here. So let me move some stuff. They probably should have shown this platform here for me first. Boom. Then I could have gotten this. Boom. And boom. There we go. Now I'm ready for the next. Hey, low budget, what's up? You can't stay, but enjoy. Hey, I will, and I'm doing the Tram, so we can always go back. Again, I put this on other channels too, so if you ever want to go back and watch and see, I've got them uploaded there. So we got them. The Old West Saloon, the Lumibricks one, that one is gorgeous. It is on my list. I have not gotten it yet. And it is one that I need to act pretty quickly because I think that one is starting to get to where it's on the list to start to, not now, but I believe it's on the list that it'll retire probably in about a year or so. So I need to make sure that I get some of the older sets. I did get the sheriff station. My first Western one besides for the stagecoach. Dude, the stagecoach is awesome. That was my first Western build, was the Old West Stagecoach, the first one, and I loved it. And as soon as I saw that they did the Treasury Stagecoach, I went ahead and got that one too. So I went from my first Lumibrick set was Deer Crossing, and I really enjoyed that build. And that's from the Road Trip series. And then you need 3 more of the Old West builds. Which ones are you missing, JD? You got it was a gift with purchase from, oh, nice. I'm going to have to check that one out. Here, let me see if I can freeze my screen. Boom. All right, I took a screenshot of it so I can check it out later. I did Deer Crossing. And then after that, that's when I got the stagecoach. I saw that it was the big Rainforest site had it. And I picked it up there. And I have been a fan of this company since. The bank, the hideout, and the gold stagecoach. So the Treasury Stagecoach is actually a really good build. It's much like the stagecoach, but a few changes. One of the things that I didn't care much about Treasury was that the safe doesn't fit all the way in. It allows passengers, but it also sits in the doorway, which I thought was a little weird. But the guard is really cool, and the Sequoia Bandits camp I have, and it's got some interesting stuff to it, but there's some issues with some of the clutch, with the way that they set up, like the stand for the tree and a couple other things. It wasn't my favorite to put together, but I do like it. It just wasn't my favorite, but I do like the callback. There's a callback to the bank. There's a callback to the cowboy camp, and Of course, one of the figures is the figures from the wanted poster on the sheriff's station. So there's some things. It could be a little more. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like I've reviewed it and it's done. So for me, I'm probably gonna go in and try to fix some things, but I still have to build the table out to put all my Old West stuff on it. So it's just sitting up there for right now. I haven't done too much with it. If you order something while he's live, he does. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'll check him out. I'll check him out. Because if he's got some decent stuff on, then I think that'd be worth going and checking out. Okay. Wow, we're going even further. So as much as I thought that we were done, we're still not done. So we've got a long plate. I'm gonna go ahead and give us a count real quick. Let's do this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and then 30, 32. This will actually be one entire plate wide. This thing will be 32 studs wide, and I believe it sits up as a plated item. It'll actually fit into a modded city build. Isn't that nice? Yeah, he's a real magic started selling magic shop and started selling alternate brands. Nice. Like, I'm gonna go check them out. Like I said, I took a screenshot of it so I can go back later and look at it. And I've got the site and everything for me. So I'm gonna go. Hey, thank you for sharing that with me, because anytime that I see that there's someone that's doing something fun, interesting, unique, and new, I want to go see what it is. I want to go see what it is. So when do you get that? And I guess when are you gonna put it together? Hey, I got it. Oh, thank you so much. I got a 2026. This year started off kind of weird for me. So I love, like, this idea of like, oh, 2026, but I'm kind of doing okay with it. It's been good for the build. And so far it's been good also for a lot of the stuff that we're getting with Lego for a lot of their builds. The starting off like budget friendly stuff for Lego has been amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. So far this year for the 2026 stuff, I've got Mandalorian and Grogu speeder bike, the Ghost Rider and Spider-Man set, which I found out the Ghost Rider set has a little tab that you can stick on the outside of the Daily Bugle, which is really cool. Lost. Oh, my man, I'm so sorry. In the first 9 days, that stinks. 80s Toy Man, I'm so sorry. You know what? Let me go this. I'm going to go over here. I am good. I am following you. I want to make sure that I got you followed so I can check up on you. It's all good. Hey, you know what? Maybe that was a door that was open to allow something else to happen. It's a tough way of looking at things. And it's one of those that oftentimes I don't want to have to look at it that way, because yeah, for eBay, I don't want to have to look at it that way, because, I want, especially having a family and everything, I want security. And I want to make sure that I've got them covered and everything's doing what they're supposed to do and everything's fine. And any time that you lose that financial status, it is like, it's scary. Absolutely downright scary. But many times there can be some amazing things that come out of it. But it's trying. Very, very trying. It's not easy. It's not one of those things that makes you feel like you're in a position where you can live the way you want to live and be able to share happiness. But good usually can come from it. I've been able to work because of cancer. Oh, brother, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Well, are so you're still battling it right now? Am I correct on that one, Jeff? Yeah. Hey man, put them. Hey, let's have that moment. Let's put those prayers in. Those prayers are important. They're important. They get us where we need to go. All right, here we go. All right, so we are putting in a light kit. We're going to start with our first light line. Now, this one is interesting because this one has got two of the little connectors on it, and it's running in one line here. And I was confused. I was like, well, where does the line stop? I thought maybe I was missing a battery pack or I was missing something. And come to find out what it was that there's like one extra light that's going to be going up that's going to fit on the end of one of those lines, which is kind of cool. So we're going to run. I'm going to find which side is which. Doesn't actually matter. Okay, I see. That's going to go this way. And then we're putting this 1x1 plate on top of there. And let's line it up. This is going to be going right here. It's going to fit right into there, right above the second slot. Again, I love that they put that measuring right there. They do the overhead so you can see to have it in the right spot. And there's enough slack there that you can move that line in the very beginning as much as you need. So that's always, always, always good. Lumi, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are genius designers. You know that. Of course, they're like, we already know. We know we're genius designers. We don't need you to tell us that. But it's still, it's good to know that they got some people that know their bricks. And I think Kate is looking at doing some design with them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a cyberpunk set that I am. Uh-oh. Hold on, I gotta check to see what this is real quick. Hold up. Hey, Luke. All right, let me see. Hold on 1 second. Hey, gentlemen, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. A brief Bible message with people today.
Okay, well, I'm actually on live stream right now. We're doing a prayer with someone, so we're on live stream right now. So I'm gonna have to. So you might have to come back another time, okay?
Sounds good. Have a good
All
day.
right. God bless you. Take care.
You too.
All right, I'm back. Okay, B&G's bricks. All right, here we go. So we have one of our plates in over here, and now we are going to be adding another one of our little snaps over here. So we got a 2x. Now again, what's cool about their bricks, for those who don't know, you've never dealt with the Lumibricks before, is before, if we wanted to put a light kit in, we didn't want to pinch those wires, we would take a little file plates, right? What they've done is they've taken that work out and they made it easy for us. They've already put cracks and cuts and stuff into the plates that makes it easy for us to put those plates on, which I dig. I absolutely dig that. Okay, so here's what we got. We're going to be adding this wire in over here into our battery pack. Let me grab my tweezers for that. Might make things a little bit easier to do it that way because, boom. My fingers, man. Yeah, it is. It is super genius. Super genius. All right, let's see. We're gonna pop that in here. Ah. I think what it was is that they started out, I believe, on kits. So they started out on lighting kits for. There we go. They started out doing lighting kits for Lego stuff, and I think that's where they got their first big push. Was back then was doing all those lighting kits, and it shows because obviously at this point, as they're building and they're doing stuff, you can tell that they've had quite a bit of time of creating lights and stuff because it works so well. You know, all the little tricks that the world builders and modelers would do for lighting kits, adding in stuff, having the cuts and things, they already knew. Like they had all of that already settled. This thing is not wanting to align. There you go. Okay. And I'm off. I am off. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to pull this over here, and then this goes right here. That's holding that line down. This part always takes a little bit more guidance and love. Make sure that we don't get pinch wires. That's my biggest thing. And thankfully I've had issues where something in the build didn't work, and I've reached out, and not to toot my own horn, but but wait till you get wind of these. Oh, you got fart jokes for me, man. All right, hold on. Let me put this plate on. Let me put this plate on and then blow it to me. Or I should say, let me smear it. That's so gross. All right, what you got, Gabe? What you got? I'm always good for some jokes here. Especially fart jokes, man. I don't get to tell. No, I get it. Not to toot my own horn, but wait till you get wind. Nice. I get it now. Now I'm paying attention. You got more? Because I want more. I want more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, 6 and 8 right there, and then a 1x6. You know, that's one thing that we don't get to, like in the elementary school, we don't get to do too many fart jokes. I mean, it used to be that kids would tell fart jokes all the time. Like that was like the funniest thing, man. They loved it. But these days, they're not saying it quite so often. I guess we've cultured ourselves up. Why do you have to watch out for ninja farts? Because they sneak up on you. They're silent but deadly. Please tell me I got that one right. Now it's all 6-7 jokes. I know, right? And it's not even a 6-7 joke. It's just like, oh, da da da. And we're gonna go, all right, table 6, table 7. They're like, oh, 6, 7. It's like, that's not even a joke, man. The joke would be, why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Good job. I got it. Yes, I got it. Silent but deadly. My dad, growing up, he was all about the fart jokes. 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 7. 14. And then a 10, so 5 and 5. 3 and 3. And then a 1x1 brick. He was all about the fart jokes. And he would, let me give you a background on my dad. I love my dad, okay? He was wild. Still is kind of wild. So he would do this thing where he would go into the where I grew up, our kitchen, it had a hallway that kind of went around it. So you had the kitchen, dining room, living room, and then the hallway bathroom heading to his office was kind of like right there, right? So you could like run around this wall, and it had like pantry, refrigerator stuff. I mean, the way that they lined it out, like he helped. He and his brother, I think, designed the house. They did an awesome job. And so what it was is he would go down the hallway, or he'd go to the kitchen, he'd go to the pantry, he'd grab a whole thing of peanut butter on his fingers. Then he'd run to the bathroom. And he would just make all these farting noises of it. Oh, and he'd really like, you just kind of like throw it up there in the air, just make it kind of wild. Then he'd open the door, and he'd come out and he'd go, I don't feel good. And he would take his peanut butter and he'd go and lick his finger, and then he'd try to stick it on you. He'd run around chasing you with it. Now, maybe, hearing this now makes me think maybe that's why I have a chlorophobia, which is a fear of fecal matter. But he would chase me around with it, and he would terrorize my sister and I about those things. But that was what he did, and then anytime he could come up with a fart joke, he was doing it. Very, very wild sort of man. But yeah, he would put peanut butter on his hands and go to the bathroom, sneak around, go to the bathroom, and then come back and then talk about and eat it in front of us and try to gross us out. My mom, she's constantly like, because his name is Don, she'd be like, Don, you're scaring the kids. Leave them alone. Oh, always, always, always. I grew up kind of a wild household, man. Besides for all the fart jokes and stuff, that was an ongoing. I skipped a step. You know that? I'm over here. I skipped this one. So I'm going to put these down real quick. Boom. Boom. And then 1 and 2. So we got 8 by... Hold on 1 second. Look at that. I'm not paying attention, and I skipped a step. A very important step. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, why is this not where it needs to go? So we've got a 1 by 8. A 1 by 12. And another 1 by 8 down here. Okay, let's see. I'm missing stuff. I'm checking. It says, good job. Did my last one go through? It did not. It did not, but you got flagged for some reason. I don't know what you said, but you got flagged. And not in a good way. So what did you do? What did you do? All right, here we go. Now we are putting this side on. I got to pay attention, man. So we got a 1 by 8. Another 1 by 8, and then 1 by 12. So we're skipping around, huh? Okay. They're keeping me on my toes. They're not making it as routine as I thought it was going to be. That means you got a good build. Hey, Chess, what's up, brother? I hope you're having a good day. You build any new equipment? What you doing? For those who don't know, Chess was with our Ghostbuster group. He would hang out and do Ghostbuster charity stuff with us. Awesome dude. And a good guy. God-fearing man. Always looking out for the best. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. What's up, Jose? Okay. Now, I think we got it. Now, again, this thing, it's now reinforced up here. For most people, Mills plate, this is a Mills plate, high Mills plate. We know because it's got one brick in there. Usually we go plate, brick, and another plate underneath. So you got a base plate We've got a brick in there, and then we raise up another plate on top, and then we can do our build on top of there. So this is actually mills plated in its own way. Need to get back to building my projects. Yeah, dude, always. Always, always. I have not gotten back into doing any more of my Ghostbuster stuff. I ended up, so I told Wolfman that that I was going to fix up his PKE, and I haven't been able to do it. And so I traded him out. I gave him my upgraded PKE that I used for years. He got that one, and I took his old one. So I've got to fix that one up. But I used the HasLab one now. Probably it's like I shouldn't, just because I'm always afraid of dropping that thing. Ugh. You know, when the toys get more expensive, it's like, I don't wanna take it out and do anything with it. I'm gonna break it. Okay, so now we need a lantern one, and we should have in here a. I gotta find it in here. I know it's in here somewhere. Uh-oh. Oh, that's why. Hold on. I'm going to show you my dumb mistake here in a minute. So I'm looking for this little barrel piece right here, right? I keep looking for it. I'm like, I can't find it. I can't find it. It's attached to the wire. It's attached to the wire. What's up, Bash on Hobbies? So that's why I couldn't find it, because it's there already, and I'm just not paying attention. Okay, so we're gonna put this lantern right on the end, right over there. It seems there's a part of me that feels a little weirded out about a lantern on the end of the platform, but I have a feeling there's good reason for it. I'm gonna pull the slack of this wire out here, and then I think we're good on that. I'm going to pull the rest of the slack out. And the reason why is because if this is going to sit right on the end and we don't need it, I don't want it to get pinched on something. There's a lot of extra wire there for some odd reason. I don't think we need all that. I looked to see if the wire was the same from one to the other, and it is. So it is all the same. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this over to here, and then we're going to put this plate down. Actually, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to twist this. Okay, that's going to go there. If you know, twisting the wire sometimes, if you got two wires that need to lead together and you twist them, not only does it strengthen the wire, but it also allows for, there we go. It strengthens the wire, and it also allows for the wires to come together a little bit easier. So we got our first lamp. Woo, right there. Hey, Charles Kelly, what's happening? All right, now 21 is done. Moved on from 21. We got another one of our specialty bricks. It's one that has a line in it. And then we need 2 1x2 bricks. Boom, boom. And it looks like we're building up right here on the back of the platform. So that's where we're going. We're going right across from here. And then right over here on the green. Should be right there. One of the things, if this is built anyways, kind of like how they did the bus stop. So I absolutely loved, and still to this day, absolutely love the Street Fusion bus stop. If you've never gotten that set is incredible. Not only does it has beautifully printed parts, but the way that they put the bus stop together is so cool. They basically they were able to take plates and clamps and hold these things up, so it looks like modern structure, and it just sits up so nicely. It is such a cool build, and it's modular too, so you can You can take the back wall off. You can push, the bus stop forward, and then you got a whole graffiti scene in the background, which is awesome. It's got. They went as far as to actually put the roller back there as well. Hey Ryan, you got the roller, and then you got like a little area where they've got stuff that they're giving away, or like a cash table and stuff, and a TV on the corner. The way that they put that build together was so unique, and the minifigs are actually pretty cool too. And again, we got another skateboarder, which is nice. Which I'm always good with more skateboarders in the Street Fusion sets. But it was definitely one of those that after I got done with that bus stop, I was like, man, this is gonna be hard to beat after that. And then I did the skate shop, I think, right after that, and that skate shop is pretty stellar too. Both of which I love, and those sets they go well together. I am a bad panda, man. Look, I went, and I nabbed one of these figures. I said I wasn't gonna get, and I did it anyways. But you know what? Here's the thing. So I will get some more of the series. I've been trying to make sure that I stay on budget with the stuff. So I found something on AliExpress, or I'm sorry, AliEx, that I picked up, and it should tie into this set. And then I found something on oh, what was it? TikTok shop that I picked up as well, and I was like, okay. And I'm keeping them at like there. One was like, I think the one on TikTok was like 14. The one on the AliEx was like 12, and then Amazon, or sorry, the Rainforest one had a set that I had been eyeing for a while, and it said it was mini bricks. It probably is mini bricks, but I was like, you know what? If it turns out to be right size, it'll be amazing. So I found one person had done a build of it, and they looked small, so I was like, I'll just cancel it. I think at the time it was like 12.99. I was like, I'll just cancel it. It's not worth it. So I canceled it, and then I went back and I started looking, and so I pulled those parts too, and I started looking at my finger size to the pieces, to her finger size to the pieces. I'm like, it might actually be compatible. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. And so I went back and did it, and at that point it was like $12.11. So I was like, okay. So I tried to keep it kind of nominal, and then I nabbed something on Target for my buddy Tony to go with his two minifigs that I'm shipping to him, and I grabbed a set that's probably going away. So I'm trying to keep it. So I'm kind of done for this month, and I don't want to do any more. You went and got the OG Disney Castle and the Beauty and the Beast Castle. Man, how much? I gotta ask, how much did that set you back? Because those are the OG Castle is still around, but the Beauty and the Beast, that's the one that's retired, isn't it? Because I couldn't imagine at this point how much those are costing. You know what? I broke the rule. I asked about budget, and I shouldn't have done that. Wow, kazowie. Hey, you know what though? Here's the thing: 700 for the both. That's still a really, really good price. The great, the great Hemblino. I loved it. OG is retired, and so it's the Beauty and the Beast is still around. The OG is retired. Okay, that's right. I think was it Cassie put together? It was the Beauty and the Beast. That's the one, I believe. Or is that I can't remember. I can't remember. Man, I can't remember all my castles. It's too much. Too much. All right. So it looks like we got to run our wire up from this plate. We're going to run it through here. And we're going to put this over here. Okay. And I have a feeling we're going to be sticking this into the plate somewhere. Oh, that's cool. So we've okay. Huh. I want to stop myself here real quick. because I haven't pulled enough slack out of this. Pull all my slack, all my slack. This is going to be, I believe, a bit of a tight fit right here. All right. Give me a second. Let me put this plate down and let me see, because I feel like I'll pull a little bit more slack out right there. And pull a little more slack out right there. Pull a little bit more slack out right there. That's gonna be hard if we're actually putting a plate down to hold that. Let's see. What is the hardest thing I've ever built? Ooh, the hardest thing I've ever built. Man, you know, I did. There was it was an off-brand, but it was a Mega Made that one of my friends got me for my birthday, and that was kind of tough. The plate, the way that they were having the tension for everything to hold, that and everything was in gray. So every single piece, everything you had, every single part of it was gray. They did not have any different color bricks inside, so it was easy to lose track of where you were, and it was easy to lose track of where you were. I mean, it's almost like they wanted to make black and white instructions and not do anything else because everything in it's gray.
Yo,
Hey, what's happening?
be making a smoothie, so it might be loud.
That's fine. Hey, look who showed up. E's here, right? Say hi.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. All right, dude. Glad you're back.
Yeah.
Bye. Tell Nate hello. Nate? There's someone on Nate here that was asking about you.
Oh, Nathan?
Uh-huh. He's not here anymore, but he was here.
Oh,
So now you're wanting to stick around?
I might go to Asher's house after I make the smoothie and eat it.
Just let me know.
Alright, I will.
All right. Later.
Take the keys.
So that one was kind of tough. And it says, I ordered 2 packs wardrobes and shelves for the new shelf. Nice. So you got a place to put it. Has anyone built Castle Grayskull? Mega says he might get in, and the one for Snake Mountain. No, I have not. But I have. I've got the Wind Raider. I've got the Jet Sled. I've got several of the Skull ones. And from what I hear, the Castle Grayskull is a superb build. It is so cool. It actually has play features in it. I would say if you can get it for a decent price, get it. It's actually on my list. The Point Dread playset, that's also on my list because that one comes with the Shard of Darkness Sorceress and Battle Armor Skeletor, and I believe Zodak, which is one of my favorite characters. I used to name him Ladybug Head Man because his head looked like a ladybug. That one also fits with the Castle Grayskull set. So, and then a lot of the little sets like the I think I've got one that has a trap jaw and it's got a turret. That turret also fits on the Castle Grayskull. So there's a lot of compatibility that mimics the vintage toys. Hey, yeah, the young man E. I know, right? He came, he's gone. He's only sticking around for a little bit. Hey, Phantom Duke. So yeah, that Castle Grayskull set, if you do get it, I hear it is absolute superb build. It is on my list. I've never been able to secure it at what I think is a decent price. And I think that's my thing, is that it does run kind of pricey. It does, like, it demands a big price because it is a big, crazy, cool set. I'm going to move this down a little bit. I'm going to cheat. And the reason why is because I am sensing something with this wire. And so I'm going to mod it just a little bit to make sure we have plenty of wire for our light post up here. So let me pull this wire out just a little bit, make things a little bit easier. I say make things easier for you, but it's really for me because I'm that bad. Oh, and the Tila, yep. Yeah, that the Grayskull set's got a ton of minifigures. I think that one's got the Man at Arms. I know it's got the, I think, traditional He-Man. That one might actually come with the Orko too. I'm trying to remember what all it comes with, but it's like I said, it's on my list. I have a feeling that one and the Point Dread. If I had to just get one, I know the Point Dread is on my list. But if I had to get one, I would want the Grayskull. There we go. Put that light right there. And I know there's some. You had the. I have the power. The power. Hey, Star Wars Freddy. Yeah, So the jet sled was given to me by a friend. My Mr. Count Jeff McGee got that one for me. And I love that one. It comes with Triclops and I think Mechanic. And the Mechanic is cool because you can take his head and extend it out and everything. So I have that one. I've put it together. I like it. And then the Wind Raider was given to me by my buddy Matt Salick, who goes by Otter Draw. And that one had, I think, He-Man and He-Man, I think Skeletor. I'm trying to remember who all it came with, but the Wind Raider is pretty solid too. I like it. And then I've grabbed some of the skulls. Like he gave me one of the sets that had a skull in it. I think it's a jet set. I don't know if I put it together, but then I've grabbed like the trap jaw with the skull. I have a bunch of the minifigs. And I think I did one day where I just opened up all the minifigs. I had them on card on the wall, and I was like, you know what? Let me actually play with these. And they are really, really cool. I love how articulated they are. I like the stands and everything. So, as of right now, I think they're still doing their thing. You know, I don't know. Travis! Travisio! What's up, my man? I was kind of wondering, like, I was looking to see. I was like, hold on, let me see. I was looking to. Oh. There you are. We'll come over here. Yeah, I was wondering where you were. $180 on Amazon. I could get behind that. For the Grayskull, I could get on that. I would before they're gone, I do think I'd like to get the Point Dread for sure. Cuz that one again, that's the only one where you can get the Shard of Darkness. You'll tell me on the phone? Okay. Yeah. Call me later. Let me know. It's been a battle lately, hasn't it? I was gonna say I hadn't heard from you for a while, and I was kind of wondering what was going on. I thought you were just busy. But yeah, no, we need to talk then. We need to get things settled, find out what's going on. We all need to be in some good mental health here lately. And this is my mental health. I like to get on here and build. All right, so we got a printed piece. This is our first printed piece. It's a Town Bulletin. It's been a rough battle. Now, hold on. I'm going to stop you right there, okay? Werewolf King. It's something that's serious, but when you put it's a rough battle and you spell it like a dog barking, it makes me think that there's something up. Like, it makes me laugh, and I know it's not a laughing thing. Totally, man. Look at this white hair. I earned that. That's called wisdom, bro. You'll get it when you get up there. 120 for Snake Mountain. I can get behind that one too. Now, I don't know as much about the Snake Mountain build. I think it's probably still pretty good. But I don't know. I don't know quite as much about that particular build as the Castle Grayskull. I know about the Castle Grayskulls. I saw like a ton of. Nice to see you too. Calling me Unc Kobe. I know what's up. But the Castle Grayskull has a lot of like review stuff. I don't remember seeing quite as much about Snake Mountain, but I know people have reviewed it and talked about it. and I have a feeling that it's probably as solid as Grayskull. I just don't think it's probably as iconic in that way as Grayskull. I know, like for me, the Grayskull playset, because I had both Grayskull and I had the Snake Mountain as a kid, but it was all broken up. So for me, it was like, hey, I've got this here and I've got this stuff that works and this one that doesn't. But Grayskull always seemed more toyetic than Snake Mountain. Nicey, yeah, always. Brother, I'm sorry your heart's. Hey, you know what? Like I said, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Don't go anywhere because we'll be talking later. How's the teaching going? Urgh. Can't believe you brought that up on my live. I'm no teacher right now. I'm a brick builder. Oh, it's fine, man. It's fine. I found out another teacher came up to me the other day. Let's just say I was honored by this and also kind of like scared. Point Dread 24? Man, I'm getting that next month. I was honored by it and at the same time kind of worried, like, why? Deal with it. Well, what happened was I had a teacher come up to me and was like, how long have you been with the school? And I'm like, well, I've been here I'm on my second year here. And it's like, well, how long have you been in district? And I'm like, and I've been in district as long as I've been in this school for this particular district. She goes, oh, that's unfortunate. I was like, well, why? And what it was is someone had nominated me for Teacher of the Year for this year. But because for the way that they do the Teacher of the Year, you have to be there for 3 years in the district. And so the nomination was kind of void. It was mute, like null, wouldn't go through. And so I was kind of upset. I was like, oh, that'd been great. But at the same time, I was really honored that someone thought of me as a kind of Teacher of the Year material. Even though I often don't see myself as that. Quite often I don't see myself as that. But, yeah. Yep. So, got nominated, but I could not participate. Unfortunate, huh? Unfortunate. But you know what? My school's good. I've got some new things under my belt to kind of keep people going. I've been working with a few teachers to help me a little bit more of certain things with behavior and kind of getting the kids settled. The kids are, they're doing okay. It's all about just maintaining, keeping the same consistency, and just trying to help them out as much as I can. Yeah. You can be my teacher? I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know. I got my school, and I'm dealing with my school stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, we got a 1x8 and then a 1x4. I don't know. You did call me Unc, by the way. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy time. Shouldn't matter. Hold on. Let's see. Hey, Lego Man. It's crazy time. I feel like I missed something. It's crazy time. Oh yeah. About the amount of time. They have rules for a reason, and it's kind of like, I think it's one of those that they put into place to keep teachers there. So if it's like, new teacher comes in, does an amazing job. Hey, this teacher is doing an amazing job at all this stuff, but they're there for a year, and then they cut and run right after they get the award, is sometimes what some schools deal with. And I think that's kind of a big, wide, normal net that they throw out there, just to make sure that they're keeping those teachers that are good, that want to continue being there. I think that's kind of the award for them. Hey, we're going to celebrate you because you are here, you're sticking around, you're doing what you need to do, and you're amazing. Some teachers, they'll take the award and then they're bombos. They're gone. They're not sticking around. And so I think they put that 3-year marker in there just to keep teachers in that, they might be in a school that's struggling, or they might be in an area that's like, they're pulling their hair out and they're like, well, we got to do something to help them out, or do this, or we want to acknowledge them and they have been here long enough to earn this. And I think that's why that 3-year mark goes in. Like I said, I was actually I was honored by the fact that I was even nominated, that someone wanted to nominate me. I was upset that I couldn't be nominated, or I couldn't participate in the nomination because I hadn't been there long enough, but I was deeply honored. That was a very honorable thing. Hold on, what's your question? How long were you in college? Man, the 5 years? It's so long ago at this point. Hey, Project Princess. That was like, I graduated college over 20 years ago. That's how unk I am. So that was quite a while back, and I was in school for, I think I did 5 years. So a 4-year degree in 5 years, but I took one of my years, I ended up doing two partnerships. So you were like 40. Stop it. So you were like 48. No, I'm 40. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to, man, you got me all mixed up. I'm 46 now. 46, 47. 46, 47. I can't remember. Now you got me all messed up. No, that was back in 2004 is when I graduated. But I did 1 year where I had 2 internships. So almost the whole year. One of them was in Florida, and I worked at Walt Disney World for 9 months. I was there for 9 months doing a work program. So I was there for that one. And then the other was at George Mecca Design and Productions. And that one was doing scene shop stuff. So I did a scene shop internship, and then I did an internship at a theme park. And neither one actually ended up going anywhere. I actually had a chance to stay at the my degree is actually, it's a Bachelor of Arts and Science under Production, Design, Editing, and Writing, and the kind of production field stuff. But I also teach I teach art as well. So I had a secondary in art history, and my other was in design and production editing. My field of area where I excelled was in editing and actual design. My senior paper that I wrote on design was actually about American science fiction and a reoccurring theme of what's called bulkism versus sleekism, which sleekism was the idea of very organic shape and design in its sci-fi, and bulkism was more of a mechanical allure of things, and it had to do with a shifting personality of what was going on at the time. So it's kind of like looking at 70s and 80s versus the 50s and 60s, and then looking at that design bouncing back and forth. Hey, thank you for the follow. More like six. More like six. I'm not 67, trucker. Let's see. How do you ban this? How do you ban this guy? I'm kidding. I'm not gonna ban you, man. You're good. You're good to me. Most of the time. Mostly. It's like Newt from Aliens. Super cool. I wanted to do something in marketing design, but went the CS route. Hold on, CS route. You have to tell me what CS is, because I might be. Is that customer service? Now, here's the thing. Anytime, so I was going to say an associate in business is also computer science. Computer science. So what do you do in computer science? My son is on the 6-7 kick. Of course. Mine actually is done with the 6-7 kick. He's like, my wife and I, because we're around it all the time in school, and we'll make jokes about it, and he'll just roll his eyes as going, come on. It's like, I'm so done with you. But we'll like, hey, put it on for, we'll tell him like, hey, put it on for like 6 minutes. And I'll go, no, 7 minutes. He goes, 6-7 minutes. So he's like, stop. I love it. I love it. We troll him so bad. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I gotta share this part here in a minute. So, hey, Rad Dog. So this is you don't see this part very often, and you'll get this kind of in certain vehicle builds. But what we're doing is that we're putting a plate and another plate underneath with a printed tile, and we're going to be making a ticket booth. And so that's going to be the slick sort of the sides to create like this nice engineered run of a ticket booth. Let's see, originally software engineering, but now I'm trying to pivot to machine learning and AI. AI is kind of the place where everyone's doing their business right now. So I think here's the thing. With computer and computer science, sticking with what is available, what's upcoming, and what's being used. You kind of have to look at the level of what's going on and say, okay, I'm shifting to this to make sure I got this covered. I think still having software engineering and learning like your coding and knowing how to do software building is important, because you'll use a lot of that for AI. However, most people at this point, they're utilizing AI and they're learning the prompts of how to utilize AI in a way that functions. And so I think in that case, having that backup for AI is important, and still possibly doing like a minor in the software. And I think that'll work. Hey, Brick Guy, look, I missed something. What's up, brother? Let's see. Hold on. Yo, I heard Taylor Swift gonna stream retro games, speed running Swift retro. What? Brother, back up a minute. you gotta back up. Hey, thank you for the follow. Taylor Swift gonna stream retro games, speed running Swift retro. Hold on. Oh man. Hold on. Let's see. Not much going. The Strat Italian restaurant comes soon. Oh, nice. One bag left on the Lego modular. That's cool. So I'm doing that Heritage Tram. Look at that ticket booth. That's cool. Here's the thing. Taylor Swift ain't got nothing on this TayRay right here that's building ticket booths out of building blocks. I make my own tickets, brother. Boom! Looky there. My own tickets. Every time. So one of the people at our it looks very accurate. One of the people at our school, she was a huge Taylor Swift fan. So anytime that they were like, "Hey, we should play something for the kids," to kind of get them pumped and ready for the day, she's like, "We should do Taylor Swift," and you could see some of the people's eyes in the crowd of teachers rolling like, "I know." I can't remember if I asked you, do you get Lego modulars? I don't. A lot of it has to do with cost. I just haven't been able to afford the Lego modulars. They're beautiful. Now, I did order okay, I'm going to back up. I'm back up a little bit. I did get a book. I found a book that has a whole bunch of detailed stuff on building modulars, and they've got multiple sets that you can build, that you can put into your sets, and they're by the designers that create some of the modular stuff that's out there. I think one of the sets might be from Jang. I know Jang's done several things from Barrier. I think Jang also did the last Fantasy, the Design District set. So and I know there's one Lego modular that was also by Jang. I believe Jang has one of the sets in the book that I've got. And so I haven't bought a modular set, but I did get the book, and I was actually thinking about building one of the modulars in there because it's like a corner store apartment that I was thinking would be really cool to put together. It's like the bottom store is like a bread area, and then the next one's like an apartment, and I think it goes up maybe one more floor, and that's like a workout room or art studio or something. But I'm waiting on that book to come in, and if I do, then I will probably build a Lego modular out of there. But I've never been able to afford the Lego modulars. Some of them are so expensive. And he designed for the alternate as well as Lego. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Oftentimes, because you can find some of his designs with. Hold on, I'm trying to remember who it was. I know General, was it General Jim? Is another one of the resell brick people. They basically pull from like, it's not Rio Bricks is another company, and I think he's done something with Rio Bricks as well. What he does, he'll design, like a lot of designers, they'll design a particular build, and that's something like as I'm working on my cyberpunk piece, I'm gonna get it, put it together, have it all set, make directions for it, get all that settled, and then I'll put it out on the market. And if it's like, hey, Lego wants to take it up and they're going to offer this, I'm like, great. Or if they're like, hey, Barrier wants to purchase this and run this as a design. Okay. And they just kind of pay for that design for that amount of time. And then if they retire it, they can say, well, we bought it. We don't really want you doing anything with it, but here's your design. You still have acknowledgement of the design you built, but then you're being paid for the use of that design. So I think that's how that works. So oftentimes, if you've got like Lego takes one, you're like, oh, that's great, but you've done a ton of designs, and then now another company like Rio Bricks is wanting to get it, or let's say if Lumi picks up and they're like, hey, we'd like you to design this for Fantasy, because the architecture firm from Fantasy is a Jang piece as well. Let's see. Have I built anything from Ghoulie? No, I have not. Though I will say the last parking garage set I put together has some Ghoulie sort of design to it, but I don't think it's his. That only designed for Lego. Now, oftentimes, okay, Lego designers, and if I'm understanding this correctly, okay, Lego designers, if they are specific to Lego, they're the ones that are in-house that do a lot of Lego City, and they do a lot of the extra builds and things like that. Ideas, creator, like some of the bigger sets that you get, the more adult sets, I do think that they use in-house creators, but also think that they outsource to other people. Pinball, yes, okay, the pinball is Ghoulie, which means I'm trying to remember another one that he would have done. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't want to lie to you, and I don't want to quote you on it because I'm not as familiar with his work. So I'm gonna say probably not. Probably not. But I should. I actually need to get more into the designers and get to do more. Would you want to be totally? Oh yeah. Like I would love if my job was to sit and here's the thing. Oftentimes at one point I was a professional artist. So I did a lot of let me rephrase that. I was a professional illustrator. So I did a lot of illustration work. And I would do the conventions and things like that. Now I was professional. It didn't mean that I was successful, but I was professional. And I stuck with it for like 10 years. My art style was okay, but a lot of people, it was kind of niche in that a lot of my design was not picked up. Now I portfolioed, I put things together, and I sent off to bigger companies all the time. But as a designer slash comic book artist, creating my own work, writing and doing that, like I wrote and published 5 of my own comics, worked on 5 other ones that were published, and then worked on another that was also in-house published. So I did quite a few titles, from Kent to series. No, it was the Unstoppable Force, and then Xenex the Bugman was mine. But the but it was a rough life. So if you could be a designer, and like if I could work at Lego and design, I'd totally be down for it, because that means that you're consistently working and you're doing something that you enjoy, and it takes the pressure, some of the hardships of building, off your plate. Because anytime that you do something creative but you're struggling because you're freelance and you're not getting anything, that's where people tend to fall out of it. Let's see. I'm looking right here. Have you ever submitted anything in Lego ideas? Not yet. Not yet. But I plan to. Like, it's one of those that probably by the time summer hits and I have a little bit more time away from school, and I'm not having to worry about aspects of teaching, because that's kind of what holds me back sometimes. Like, I still want to be able to do live streams, builds, content, and content creating. But then once summer hits and we have more time at the house, yeah, I'll sit and I'll probably start doing like small builds, things like that, putting it out on Creator. And I'd like to do like some 3-in-1 platform sort of builds, things like that. Sometimes I do videos talking about random Lego idea submissions. Yeah, and I know you have. We actually, one of the ones, the lives I jumped on with you, is when we were talking about was some of the Back to the Future. That's the first time I ended up following you, because you were talking about ideas that were coming up. When you do ours, if you'd like to be happy to make a video sharing what I think, totally. Actually, yeah. I'd say, if you do, you have your schedule up for when you do go live? Because I'd like to jump on and share some stuff. One of the things I came up with recently, and I wanted to do a design of all the minifigs and actually chat with them. But if you, and you mean if you want me to, yikes, hold on. And you mean if you want me to, hold on. I gotta read. You do yours if you'd be happy to make a video sharing what I think. And you mean if you want me to. Sorry, what I'm saying is, I gotta read this because I'm struggling. If you send me, if you're like, hey, I'd like this idea, if I do a video that talks about things that we like coming up, anytime that you share with me, I will, if you submit an idea, I can make a video saying my thoughts on it. Okay. Yeah. Well, so in my feed, I had one video idea that was for Lego. And it was because we'd put together the Back to the Future. And I had been talking to Infinity Builder as well. And I had mentioned it there, but I was like, you know what? We need a whole run of minifigures to keep the idea of the Back to the Future theme going, since they have that license and they're able to do it. I can message you. Yeah, you can always message me. You could always message me. If I'm behind a little bit on the messages, it might be because I'm in school. But then once I get it, I will definitely shoot back. I try to hit everybody in my message thing because I want to be able to talk to everyone. I do not discriminate, unless you're getting on there and you're sending me hate. No, I won't go. I normally 8 p.m. I go live. That's Greater Mountain Time. Okay, I'll look and see when that is, and then yeah, we can definitely chit chat. The one of the Lego ideas was for us to have a full line and run of minifigs from Back to the Future. and they would be tied in to the movie. So I had like Marty with the radioactive suit, and Doc from 1959, and each one, like, I had it broken down with all the stuff that they would come with, and I sent that out, and I actually thought about taking that video and sharing it over to Lego's Creative Ideas, with the list, with the idea of everything, and seeing what they would do with it. Because I think if they'd want me to design the minifigs and what all came with it, I would totally break down and do that design. And maybe I could do a few like preliminary figures just to show them. I need to finish shopping street first. Okay. Yeah, like I said, just like message me the exact time and everything, and yeah, anytime that I have something I was like, hey, I think that this could share out, or if you have something that you want me to share out on my channel, let me know. So that way we can get the message out there to everyone. All right, I'm gonna stop real quick and look at this. This is the bottom of the kind of see it that way. This is the bottom of the post here, and they're using a skate as a small bit of decoration for like scrolls and stuff. The same thing I had in mind for the Doc Brown, for the 1959 Doc Brown, was he was going to come with a little model of the time machine, and one of the things, it was going to be in gray, and we're going to put a black cheese brick on the top of it for the black portion of the fans going out. And then I think I said we were going to put a 1x1 rounded tile that goes on the front to create the front of the car, and that's what we're going to use for the little model. Just haven't seen on your profile. You do see on your profile, do a podcast? Yeah. Okay. So I need to update some things. So I used to podcast all the time with my buddy Jeff, and we did Talking Toys with Taylor and Jeff. We did that for like 10 years. You can still actually find it. You would just search up Talking Toys with Taylor and Jeff. And I can't remember what he's posted that to, but I did that for, oh man, years. And I mean years. Like, we did that for 10 years or so. I haven't done it in a very long time, but yeah, that was something that we did we would do one every Wednesday night, and then every Wednesday night, and then sometimes Saturdays. Like, we had a lot of shows to pad up, and we covered everything. We covered didn't do so much building brick stuff, but we covered a lot of toys that were out on the market, a lot of vintage toys that we grew up with. And man, I'm trying to remember what else. Like, we had a huge backlog of things, including our thoughts on like the new mask stuff that was coming out. We did an episode on Sectars. Like, we covered everything. All right, let me put this in. Let me check my messages. I'm making sure I didn't miss any messages on my other stream over here. Nope, did not. Looks like we're clear on that one. Okay. Last time I was doing this, and I happened to miss, it was in the week, and I was so focused on what was going on here that I missed a message on the other one. And so when I made the next video, I was trying to apologize. I felt so bad. All right, so it looks like we're coming to an end on bag 1, which is good, because now we're going to be going to bag 2. So we might only be doing bag 1 and 2, but I was going to try to get bag 1, 2, and then 5, and only focus on the platform portion of this. And I'll go ahead and tell you, surprisingly, it's bigger than I expected. Now, it's bigger than I expected. This whole thing is 32 studs wide. So 32, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 studs deep. So it is let's see. It is 1 plate wide and 1/4 of a plate deep so far, just for this. And I know it's going to be going out even further. So this it's probably about 1.5 plates for its size, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3 of these. We got our sign. Post office station. So, unfortunately, we do not have an Old Town post office yet, but makes me think that it might be on its way, especially because this is Lumibricks. So I do believe that they will be doing a post office at some point. Okay. This is going to hang down over there. That's going to fit to there. So we've got one rocker plate that's got our printed top at post office station. That's going to be hanging down over. So, Lumi who? Yeah, right, Brick Trucker. You know, Lumibricks. Lumibricks. It used to be Fun Hole, but it had the unfortunate name of... Just an unfortunate name. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think you need to say any more about that one. But yeah, Lumibricks, man. Lumibricks. Of course, Lumibricks probably like, stop saying our name wrong. It's Luma or Lumai. But Lumibricks. Sometimes when I say it, it sounds like loony bricks. Like these things are crazy. Need a cyber police station. Yes. I was reaching out to, I was going to reach out to Lucas again. So Lucas is the kind of one of the brand managers for the company. And I have reached out to him about certain things, been like, hey, this would be, people are asking about this on the lives. They're wanting this or this or this, kind of trying to get them, in the mindset of, hey, people are looking, they're asking, they're wanting some other things. And he's really good about it. He takes those messages and he forwards it over to the design department, the department that comes up with the ideas, things like that. So, they are listening. He is the CEO? Yeah. You get the impression? Yeah, I do. Well, I have a feeling he does have a big hand in on the development of a lot of things that are going on. And I love the fact he will chat with people. Like, he's not afraid to chat with people. And I like that. But, I've talked to him about a few things, but I wanted to talk to him about the Neon City line of stuff, the Cyberpunk. And one of the things that I said was the police car I loved. I absolutely loved that build, but I thought it would have behooved the company to have an extra set of extra head, extra hair, and extra hands, and then like an extra red bar on the police car, and probably a printed tile that had a different number on it. Because I was like, it'd have been cool to have it to where you could army build your police car and change up the head and the hands for the officer, so you could have a different officer, same police car, but change up a few things to change the design, just so the police car is just a little bit different. Like, one has number 1, one has number 2, one has a white guy, one of them has a black guy, and so that way you could have multiple characters from one set, and you would be buying multiples of that set, so you could just mod it just slightly and have this kind of alternative. And I know Hasbro does it with some of their troop building kit stuff. So I was like, we should be doing this also with some of our building block sets, so that way you can get people to buy multiple sets and feeling like they're getting more out of it, because now we're getting a different character. We can build a different character out of it, and it's not the same person each and every time. And so I was going to reach out to him and talk about that and just see kind of where, like, his thoughts on it and see what he's thinking. I think that would be... And now the police car's retiring. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we need... So, Lego just put out the, the prisoner transfer, which I plan on getting. And I think that'd be cool if they did a cyberpunk version of that. That's got like the lights and everything, but is kind of the almost like the paddy wagon sort of. I call it paddy wagon. Let me rephrase. That's kind of wrong. It's very insensitive. The prisoner transports, or like the prisoner wagon sort of vehicle, or even like an SUV type of thing. I think we should get one of those in the set. I don't think that they should stop creating, the cyber. Like right now, Cyber City's cool. They've got 1, 5 big, beautiful sets, which I love. Can't afford any of them right now. But then we've got one bus, flying bus. It's cool, but we got one bus. And we got one police car. So it's like we've got 2 sets that are vehicles that are kind of in a beta range of price that are vehicles, which is cool. And then we got 5 alpha sets that are amazing, but they're priced up there. But we don't have anything else for introductory. No, like Cyber City bus stop. No Cyber City police checkpoint. No Cyber City, future car. Like those sorts of things I think would be good to have in there just to keep that line running. Hey, morning, Poppet. How are you? Itty Bitty Kitty. Thank you for the like. I love that name. That is cool. I love that name. All right, we're going to go. We're going to go with bag 2. I'm hoping the ibuprofen will kick in here in a minute. Someone was making a joke the other day about getting up off the floor as an AFOL, getting off the floor after you've been building for so long. And last night I came home, I was pretty hot but good. Oh, you're welcome. Last night I came home, so this whole week's been kind of a wild week. So it's a bit of a sweaty week. It's been tough. And I was like, I'm going to come home. I'm going to get, at least get my one post done for the week, which I was like, I got to get something done. And then I'm going to finish the cyber garage thing that I've been working on. And I wanted to get it set so I could shoot a review of it and get it on my other channel. It's like, all right. Computer gave me problems. Everything was giving me problems last night. And so I finally got things settled and done. I built it. It's actually pretty cool. Let me see if I can. I'm going to take you over here. For my viewers over here, I'm going to see if I can turn you over here and look at it right over there. So it is, let's see. Hi! I'm going to flip that. Okay. So the Arcrea house, the Sheffield house from the nanny, that one was built and done. So that, I'll kind of show you over here. That one's already done. And this garage right here, and I do have it in my link tree. It's in my shop. I have this build right here. It's actually pretty tall. It holds 4 of the Lego City cars. So it holds that 6 stud wide car. Unfortunately, you can't fit the 8 wide stud vehicles in it, but I've got, in the top, I've got the electric sports car, the EV super car, which is brand new for 2026, the red sports car, which was last year's car, and then on the bottom is a 2021 blue sports car. And it's like one garage. Each floor comes off, and you have a door that you can open and put the garage or the cart in and out. It's actually really, 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 really cool. And I'll actually have the I'll have that review up on my channel. There we go. Place that there. I'll have that review up on my channel probably by Monday, so you'll see it there. Anytime you want to know where my channels are, it's in my bio. I have it there, so you can go and check it out. And I'm trying to get to where I have more TikTok shop stuff as well that I'm also like building and reviewing, so that way you can see that as well. Yeah, the garage is the build of it was smart. The decorations on it are just, they're okay. Like the decorations are like, eh. And once I'm done reviewing it for what it is, I'm going to go back and change a lot of that. But it's one of those, it has quickly become one of my favorite pieces. And it's tall. It's taller than some of the sets that I have. And I've honestly thought about buying another one because you can continue stacking them. I thought about buying another one and making a parking garage skyscraper. That would be, because that thing is like, I think 18 to 20 inches. So you could almost make it 40 inches yeah, maybe 36 to 40 inches, of 3 foot, almost 4 foot tall. Like it's no, it'd be three, yeah, 3 foot. It'd be 3 foot tall, so you can make it pretty big. And I thought about it, but I was like, I am not gonna push my luck just yet. Not until if it's one of those next time it's on sale, I might pick another one up because it's pretty cool. Hey Nash, what's happening? All right, so we got some of these double-ended Travis bricks. We got some snot bricks, or snot plates, I should say. And they're all in this dark green, so I'm going to have to bring this picture up to my face because the dark green printing is hard for me to see. We need 2 of these cool little studs, 1x1 specialty studs. Boop. And one more. Boop. Okay. Do you think, hold on, do you think you'd ever make a set like Fantasy Architecture Firm? You mean like design it or make it? I would love to get the architecture firm. I think that would be an amazing build. Everything I see about it looks super cool. It is such a nice build. I mean, Jane even put in the bathroom, so it's got a bathroom, it's got a phone shelf, it's got everything. But it needs the cost wise is for me is what keeps me back. You mean Lumibricks? Do you think you'd ever make a set like Fantasy Architecture Firm? I mean Lumibricks? Yeah, okay. So Lumibricks, and that's something that because I've built a lot of Lumibrick sets. I love Lumibrick sets quite a bit. That's a company that I've worked with for, kind of like marketing as far as like getting their name out. I've even worked with them for things like ideas, but it's never been. It needs to be more paid work. So I think for me, if I could design something like that with them, basically, I'd love to. Basically, I'm asking if they'd make a set like that. Yes, they would. They would. And surprisingly, and I'm sure you've seen it because I think that you're also in the KOC program as well. There are a few sets coming out here pretty soon. A few things that have been hinted at that might be X series stuff. That's more like high end design stuff. So they're watching the market. I think they are trying to add some sets like that. And if they do, yeah, I'll build them. I would totally love to build them. Yeah, hopefully that answered your question. I feel like I kind of walked a long way around that one. And hopefully I didn't I didn't make anyone have to yell at their screen. No, it's not what I'm asking. I'm bad about that, brother. I'm so bad about that. Let's see. Let's find our 1x1 tile in here. But yeah, no, I think that they would if it did. Okay, good. I think if given the chance, if they are able to make it and they have designers that are wanting to do that, they'll totally make it. A lot of their sets that they've done kind of fit on that level. It's not that high end architecture, but they theme wise, their town life is all of that is kind of set where it's like town life stuff feels more like kind of old world, not nothing crazy, nice kind of clean designs, levels, things like that. But I do think that with their Street Fusion, they have an option to put those in, and I think that they should start doing a design district sort of line of things, because that would allow them to put their heavy-handed like city sort of builds, architectural firms, things like that in there, and it wouldn't feel too forced. It would feel like it flowed kind of with what their designs are, and as long as they make it to where it fits within a plate's worth, I think that they would, with the fans that they have now, I think that they would make basically bangers off of it. They would be rolling in the funds because people want that sort of thing. And that's something, you know, I might even reach out today and be like, hey, just got off my live and wanted to tell you about some of the discussion we had and see what they say. Because I think the more feedback I give them, the better. I haven't reached out in a while, and I need to just kind of check in, let them know, hey, just let you know, did this build, thought it was amazing, loved it, loved these things about it, did a review, would you like to see it? And just kind of, I need to be more open to keeping them in mind of what's going on and what people are saying and how, you know, what parts of builds people are loving. And I also need to, one of the things that they do at the end of every set, they've got a QR code to fill out a opinion. I need to go through every single one of my sets and actually set an opinion for every single one. Because if they're striving off of that feedback and that's what they're using to work off of to make sure that they're building quality products, I need to make sure I'm doing those and fix them up. Hike with bear? That sounds dangerous, man. Hiking with bears? Some of the people at my work, they call me a bear because I come out of my office before going to car duty and stuff, and I growl. They're like, hey, the bear's here. Not sure if I should appreciate that or not, to be quite honest. It's like now, it's like I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, maybe I should be a little offended by that. No, I don't think I should. All right, we're about to build a fountain. Now, this is where, when I'm watching the build, you what?
I'm gonna go.
Do you have your phone?
Uh-huh.
Do you have your jacket?
Yeah.
Shoes?
Yeah.
Okay, and where are you going?
To Ash's house.
Okay, in our neighborhood. If he's not there, where are you going?
Home.
Coming back. Okay, like I said, our neighborhood. Keep me posted. Let me know what's going on, okay?
Alright.
Be good. Be safe. Keep that phone with you.
Okay.
What are you doing?
That wasn't me.
Uh-huh. He's trying to put on glasses. Coming in to razz me here.
I'm a robber.
You're a robber, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why I have my airsoft gun on me.
Wait, you got what?
No, I'm just joking.
You better not have any of that stuff
I
with you.
don't.
Why are you taking my glasses, brother?
I see better with them.
Hey, do not hurt your eyes with those. I need them because I'm unk. Yes, you can. You can hurt your eyes with them. If you don't need them, you could definitely hurt your eyes. So, don't do it.
So, like, is it, like, permanent hurt?
It can be. Especially if you're young and your eyes are developing, it can become permanent. And I think that's the part that we want to keep you from. We want to keep you from that carpet madness. It's carpet. It's madness. It's carpet madness. Okay?
Alright.
So, but if you're wanting some zero lens glasses, we could always look for that for you. Hey Wayne, what's up?
I see better with them.
You see better with them?
Yes.
Maybe we should go get your eyes checked.
Okay.
That's it. That's what we're doing. That's our plans now. We're gonna go get your eyes checked.
Oh, also,
Three,
our
three,
plans are going
three,
to the Don
three.
Toliver concert in Austin, Texas.
Whoa. Who?
Don Toliver.
Who?
He's one of my. I like his rap.
Who?
Mom said we can't go.
Why?
Because it's like $100.
That would make sense. What's in that one?
And Mom was like
Ah.
also like staying there and that's.
Yeah, because it's in Austin.
Yeah.
Though I have to admit, if we do go, and well, we don't really have the money to, but I was gonna say if we do go, we'd have to hit up my buddy Tony. He's in Lockhart, that's nearby. Go visit him and see his collection, hang out with him. He might want to go.
He might not like Don Toliver.
I don't know. I'd have to ask him. See what he likes, see what he doesn't like.
Yeah, he might.
He might. But, you know, you never know until you do what?
Till we find out.
Until you ask.
But I really want to go.
I know you do.
That would be like a birthday.
a birthday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that takes a lot of money, takes a lot of planning, takes a lot of extra. And right now we don't necessarily have all that extra, but it's something to look into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Hey, Brickstopher, what's happening? Yeah, I got to figure out. I'll have to look him up and see who Don Oliver is, and I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But yeah, and he's all about going to. Man, I remember when I was a kid, it's like, hey, I want some Swap Thing action figures. Hey, Flying Pika Top. I was like, I want, these action figures, or I want this, or I want this, and I talked to my students and some of my kids that I work with, and they're like, oh, like we had a thing. It was like it was a contest, and the contest was imagine a day when your favorite toy comes to life in the school. What would it look like? And the response I got was, my favorite toy is an iPad. I'm like, okay. My favorite toy is an iPhone. I'm like, all right. They're like, well, my phone's already kind of like it's alive. I'm like, that's not. I was like, all right, guys, stop. That's not exactly what they're meaning. Let's roll it back. And they're like, I'm going to draw arms and legs on my iPhone, but we're just going to be playing games all day. I'm like, okay. It's like, not exactly what I had in mind. So it was interesting because the contest itself, I don't think they meant any wrong in it, but I don't think they quite understood kind of where kids are these days. Some of them aren't really into those toys, you know what I mean? Oh, not at all. Not at all. But it was cute hearing what their contest was and seeing if they I kind of wonder what they are going to get. I did get some interesting pieces. Now, I did have some kids that were like, they were drawing like their Labubu and their Labubu coming to life. And they're like, we'd be playing around. And of course, they had a Labubu. If you're not familiar with Labubu, hey, Bama. If you're not familiar with a Labubu, it's this kind of designer doll that looks like a bunny, but it's got kind of a demonic looking face. So they're drawing them hanging out with their Labubu in the school, and I'm like, it looks like a little demon running, like it's about to eat somebody. It's like, I'm a little thrown off by your drawing. I was like, hey, what a wonderful drawing. And I was being very encouraging, and I was like, I love the detail, because a lot of what we were learning was about detail, right? Hey, Taco Dude. Hey, Chris. Oh, that's Zach. What's up, buddy? And so I was like, hey, I love the detail. I love that you put, my desk in here, that the Labubu is jumping off, and all the detail of all the trash on my desk. Thank you for drawing all the trash that's been left on my desk. Sort of thing. But I'm also looking at it, and I'm also quite disturbed by the fact that there are these demon-looking things running all over the classroom in their drawing. And I'm like, should I be concerned? Should I call an exorcist or a counselor? Hey, what's happening, brother? You doing good today? You staying out of trouble? Z got a game? Let me ask you 4 more questions before you get a chance to answer. I'm going to keep throwing them at you. See if you can catch up. Oh, man. All right, so we are well into bag 2, and we're building our tracks. Now, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to find this 1x4. I'm going to finish up this step, and then let's do a stud count, because I have a feeling this thing might be a half a plate wide as well. So the full set, I think, will end up being a 1 plate, 32, probably by 16, so half of that. We shall see. I said, let me get my tiles on here, and then we're going to take a look at it. Here we go. 1 there. A 1x2. That's a lingot. I need an actual tile. And then another one of our quarter round 1x1 tiles. Just like that. Hello. I'm good. No game today. You know who to call for those demon things? Of course. Of course, right? We're calling the North Texas Ghostbusters. Boop, boop. Self-insert right there every single time. No job is too big. No paycheck's too big. Let's do it. Yeah, the drawings again. I kind of wish there's a part of me it's like maybe I should have brought some of that work home to show off, just to say, hey, really check this out and look at this, and you're not concerned about the future. Yeah, the Labubus are kind of scary. My kid ended up, I don't remember how he got one. Someone gave it to him. 4, 4, 4, and 4. And of course, there's the whole thing about, oh, they got cameras in their eyes and they're recording this. And he brings one home. And I'm like, I don't know about that. We do have an event to plug today. Plug it in. Let me know. Plug it in. Let me shout it. Let me shout it out to the heavens. Let me get it out there. I'm all good about sharing. I haven't been on the page long enough to look. There's been a bit going on at my school here lately, and I have not been up and at 'em on everything that I should. Let's see, got a 1x1 and one more lingot. So, hey, Block Party Tees, Maddie. What you know today, Maddie? Okay. Now, I know I've already put this in here. I need to take that back down because I'm kind of shooting ahead and I'm cheating. And I need to stop. Because that's not good. That is not good behavior, Tay. Brother, stop it. All right, we'll pull this off over here. You know what I will do? I'm going to take all my minifigs. No, I'm not going to put them on yet. And the reason why is because I have a feeling I will have to work around them again. So, since I hadn't heard back from you, Z, I'm going to say this. You should go and check out the North Texas Ghostbusters. You can find them on the Facey pages. 4, 4, 4, and 4. Any blue light glasses? I do not anymore. They broke. 2x6. Good that your glasses broke. Though I do need to order some. So do I need, the next time I look at an order, do I need to get you some?
Yes.
How come?
My eyes hurt.
Your eyes hurt from being out in the sun?
No, from playing too much video games.
From playing too much video games. Well, that's why we're putting a timer on your computer.
No.
I see how it goes.
No.
It's like, no, we're not doing that. I mean, I'll look. I'll look. Hey, well, bye. Bye. See, what are you doing? They're just glasses. Cause I'm unk, dude. I'm an old man.
Pretty princess.
Okay. Location timer on the Facebook pages. The high bear. Hold on. Oh, where'd you put the glasses? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll look for blue light glasses down the way. What? Man, location timer on the face. Okay, so let me get back to my spiel. I'm gonna go backwards here for a minute. There we go. Yeah, if you have not followed the North Texas Ghostbusters, it's on TikTok. It's on the Facey pages. They also have Instagram. They're all over the place. But it is the one, the only, the North Texas Ghostbusters. You put that in a search, you're going to find them. They are not the Texas Ranger edition. Go ahead and put that out there. Just so you know, so don't get them confused. They are the real, the only North Texas Ghostbusters. And they are such an awesome group. Man, we did recently, we did the Toys for Tots for Denton Aubrey. And I mean, we helping out, having our presence there and helping out, we helped them pull in, I mean, what was it? Almost $10,000 or more. I mean, it was insane what we were able to help pull in for them. Like we love, like we did North Texas Food Bank. We've done so many charity works, and we do, that's a lot of what we do, a lot of charity works, and we even do quite a bit of con stuff, but more charity work now than we've done ever before. And I mean, it shows, because the stuff that we're doing, the difference that we're making for the community is amazing. So you got, especially if you're in the North Texas area, man, go give them a like. Go check them out. Whenever I am not live streaming and I'm on a convention roll with them, I'm with them. $14,000. Hey, if that is not a bragging right for what they brought in for helping them, then we need to kind of take a step back and realize North Texas Ghostbusters is needed and does some amazing stuff. Am I right? Can I get an amen? 3, 3, 3, and 3. So that's 12. And then we need 2 2x3s. Yeah, I got to see what the event is today. Let's see what you guys are doing. I'm needing to go. I need to actually, there's a part of me that kind of, amen. There's a part of me that wants to do, so you know, I did the Lumibricks Midnight Haunted Mansion. And there is some generic Ghostbusters there, and I have been trying to look to see if I could find a way to make that design, scan in that design, clean it up, vectorize it, and then get a patch made of it. Because I actually want to get a yellow jumper flight suit, and I want to have a pack that looks like it's brick built. The event is next Saturday. Okay, yeah, you know what, I can make a post about that for sure. Bricks and shift, I'm gonna say that. Are you, brother? You doing good? I know what the name is. I just don't want to say it. I don't want to get in trouble with the TikTok gods. I'm sure it's fine. Oh man, Bama, you back, brother? What are you working on here lately? I know that you've been busy. You were having fun on your live the other day, but you guys were working on the lighthouse, and there was a problem. Did you ever figure out what was going on with it? Because I was sitting there, I was like, I don't have it. I want to put it together, and I need to get it. But right now, like time and cost and everything else, is like I might have to hold off a little bit on that one, and kind of wait. But hopefully you got the light issue thing done, because it was actually placement, wasn't it? Like where the light was going to go, or where the piece was going to go. I think it's what was going on. Oh, whoops. There we go. 1x2. All right. So right up here on this plate, we're going to be putting a gray 1x2, a dark gray 1x3. Looks like a lingot, a 1x2, and then another lingot. So we're actually creating, and I'll pull it up here for us to see. We'll be creating, it's almost like stonework for the tracks. Now the tracks they're kind of cool. They have let's see if we can get it. Hey, Ola. They've got kind of the teeth in there, and I'm guessing the wheels might have the geared pieces that fit in there, or it's the type that'll kind of like sit on the edge and roll in. I'm wanting to see if I could find more of these and build more track, because once I put it in, if I put the station in and I have other pieces around it, I want to be able to run the tram up and down like it's actually going somewhere. And maybe I could end it going to that sunset thing from Overwatch, and just build around that, and just build a gate or something down there. Have the tracks run to the gate, and then have like a checkpoint. So I'd like to play with it a little bit and get some more pieces and parts and bobs and bits to it. But I still had to build that table and clear out a bunch of stuff in here, so I am still a ways away from getting that part of the city made. But like I said, I can always play with this and put it out there and enjoy it. My mother-in-law, she got me this one, and I have a feeling I'm going to have to take this once we're done. I'm going to take it over to her house and share it with her, because I have a feeling she got this because she got it for me. It was on my list, but she got it for me because she thought it was super cute and that I would enjoy building it, and it reminded her of stuff that she always wanted to travel on and see. So I will probably take it over there when we go visit, and I'll sit down and we'll put on the table and we'll play together for a little bit. I'm never opposed to playing with my mother-in-law. She's in her 70s, and she needs that one-on-one kind of hangout and let's check things out interaction. Let's see. I like that she got it. So far this has been a pretty awesome set. I'm liking it. And I have a feeling once the tram and everything gets put in, we get everything lit up, it's going to be incredibly nice. It's going to look spectacular. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of people that said they put it together said it's just an amazing piece. Absolutely amazing. Okay. So we got 3 lingots here in dark gray, 1 lingot in the light gray, and then 2 of these 1 by 1 plates. It looks like they're in the light gray. So we got 1 right here that's attached to another plate, 2 right here, and let's build this up. Hey, Lex Coxta. Oh, wait, Costa. Lex, what's happening? You doing good? Hopefully I didn't run you off. I know I butchered it, brother. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I do that often. It's a skill I have to run people away. Oh my goodness. Alright, I do like this dark gray to light gray sort of mix here, where they've got some dark gray, some light gray, and they're staggering them. So it does look like road work underneath. Because if you ever look at tracks, you got the tracks and you've got stuff in between. Pop it, how are you? It's like little tiles and bips and bobs and things like that. This is on that level, and it looks really cool. Here we go. We're going to put this. Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. Everybody on my other feed, I have been running off and building, and I hadn't moved the camera back. Riley, how are you? So this is where we're at so far. We've got the rail here. We've got all this plate work in here. And now we're building all this centerpiece up right here for our next area of rails. If it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, be 6, and then 2 studs on the outside. So yeah, I think they're running it at 6 studs across. And then we'll fill out that area too. That'll be kind of cool. All right, so we've got this portion done. So we got this here. We got 1 rail. I like that sound. We got this rail, and I have a feeling we're running another rail here. And each of the wheels will probably be sitting at 6 studs wide. But the tram itself, I believe, is an 8 stud wide. So it's the same stud width as a Speed Champions car, which is closer to the actual size of vehicles for our minifigs. Which is nice. I know the Harry Potter car was, I think it was 8 studs. It sat on a 6, but with the side mirrors it made it 8 studs, so it felt a little bit bigger. Most of the city is at 6 studs wide, and then I even have, man, an old polybag car that is 4 studs wide. And I mean, you talk about, this thing feels like a power wheel vehicle. It was, when I put it together, I was just laughing the whole time, like, wow, this thing is ridiculous. I love it. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of it, because it just, I'm gonna incorporate that somewhere into the build as much as I can. Mr.'s, hold on, the Mr. Super Fun Time. I gotta see this name. Hold on, let's see if it'll show me the Mr. Super Fun Time. Having fun with tech, gaming, mashups, and general shenanigans. Ooh. Let's see. I'm gonna go check that out later. That looks like fun. So you have to tell me what kind of mashups are you doing, Mr. Super Fun Time? Z, you're back. You're back. I was wondering. I asked you like a question and you weren't there, so. But I can't remember it now. It's over. I'm done. I'm not gonna do it. 2 times a 2x6, a 1x6, a 1x3. I'm just messing with you. And then a 1x1. Actually, I can't even. It's like at this point, I'm running on empty here. I'm trying to figure out what to do. It's like I'm kind of 2 bags in, and I'm kind of wondering at this point if I might be stopping at 2 bags or if I really want to do that 5th bag, or the bag number 5, I should say. Hey. Oh, awesome! Thank you so much, Z. I appreciate that. Giving me all my awards, man. You all are the best. You really are. You didn't have to, but you did, and I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for it. I just want you to know that. Status is frozen. Ooh, I don't know what that means, but I'll figure it out later. I will figure it out later. All right. So here we go. We're going to put these into place here. We got one on the bottom right, one over here. I pulled 2 of these 1x1 plates, but I don't exactly need them yet. And then we're going to be putting a 1x6, a 1x6, 2x6, a 1x2, and then a 1x3. Okay. That's a lot of extra. So this only has 1 stud in it, but that's looks like our last bit of plate here. Hey, Brick King. And I believe that's going to be fitting right up here. And that will actually end this center portion between the 2 tracks here. So if that's going to end that center portion between 2 tracks, I'll take this. Let me lift that up out of the way just a little bit. And we're going to put this right up here. Press that in. Make sure it's nice and tight. Want to make sure the clutch power on these is really good. I don't want it to... It's bowing a little bit, but it's not anything I'm too concerned about. There's a bit of clutch pull there. Plate pull. But that should be good. Okay. But yeah, so we've got track here. We got all this center stuff in here. And the texture in this is nice. We've got tons and tons of little things. And a few studs here and there. So if you have someone that's working service on it, you can like stick a cart or anything else on there. Hey, thank you for reposting. Bricky with Mikey, what's up? Let's see. Come over here. Yep. All right. Want to make sure I had everything settled. How are you today? And thank you for the likes as always. Thank you, Z, for the likes. It's like you two are in a battle. Good to see you two. Mr. TayRay. I'm good, brother. I'm good. All right, so we got 2 more rails. Now, you might have to let me know who in the chat is familiar with building Lego train tracks. And the reason why I bring that up is because we've got this item right here that has, it's almost like a T-rail, right? So it's a plate that's got a little rail on it, and it has the kind of the gear-looking things on it. You love the train tracks. So is this standard for the Lego train tracks that you can buy on Rebrickable? Because if so, I'll find a way to run this in with train tracks for the city build when I do it. But I might just go ahead. Does it have the grooves on top? Hold on. You ready? I love that sound. It's ridiculous. Hold on. This makes my brain feel so happy. Get it up here for the mic. When yes, it does. You get it. Yes, get it from where you were speaking. Totally, I'll get it. The when I was a kid and they came out with lenticulars, which were like you get a folder that had two pictures on it, and you would turn it, and it would make two different pictures. I know it's like so ASMR. I would get those folders, and I remember sitting in the car doing that. My dad would be like, "Stop!" You love trains in general? Yeah. Well, and this tram uses that track, and one of the things is like it only has this one plate, but I'm wondering if you could add more to it and do those rails on there just to add more, so you can actually have that tram go in more places. So I like this, and now that I know that it works with the tracks, I might be getting some track, at least like running it from one end of the build down. It'd be cool to kind of run it down and then corner it where it could turn and go somewhere else, and possibly even this might be worth getting a second set to do a secondary station. So do one station on one end, one station on the other, and just change out like this is post office station, and just find a different one to put up somewhere else, and then run that together, and you could run these tracks in there for tram, which I like. I like it. All right, so 2 to 16, so 4, 4, 4, and 4. That's 16. We need one of those. We need one of these. A 2 by 4 tile. A 1 by 2 tile. And then 2 1 by 2 lingots in the dark gray. Absolutely, yeah. Yep. Well, and that would be, sitting there thinking about it, like that'd be kind of cool just to have. I know, was it Brick Evangelist? He did the tram the other day, and he added tracks to it, but I didn't really see him run the tram over it. Fixing to drive home. I'll be back. I'll be back when you're home. Okay, yeah. Be careful. Be careful, and I'll see you when you get back on. I should be 2.5 hours in, so I should be good for probably another hour and a half. I've got the rest of bag 2 and bag 5, and then I might just have a few shenanigans here and there. And then if I don't see you by the time you get back, then I'll have this posted up on my other channel, all in my link tree in my bio, so you can see it there. You're very welcome. Thank you for the mister. I always appreciate that. Mikey, you be good. Take care, brother. All right, so we've got this here. We're now looking at another. We're placing this in. So we'll place this in here. We're going to clutch that down. Clutch my bricks. You said what? And then we've got another 2 by 16, and that's going to finish up this run right here. So 2 by 16. We've got a 2 by 4, an L tile, 2 more lingots, 1 and 2, and then a 1 by 1 tile. I know it's in here somewhere. You know how I know it's in there? Because I know they've been, actually, I was going to say, this company's been pretty good about making sure that all the parts are in there. I've only had one instance where the part wasn't in, and then one instance where the part got broken. And they got it fixed on each occasion. So they're good about making sure that the customers are happy, which is nice. Hey, Donald, what's happening? All right, so we got this plated here, and then we're putting our L tile down. Then we got 1 lingot, 2 lingots, boom, 1 by 1, and then the 2 by 4 on the end, just like that. Nice. And this will actually sit up and go with the rest. Hey, low budget, you back? So this is going to fit right into here. Now, I like how they're doing a lot of plate work in here. I do feel like it's pulling a little bit, but if we were to Mills plate that down, that would kind of help out. And I love that they keep it to where we have anti-studs that will allow us to plate that down and fix that. But I will admit there is a bit of a pull on there. You can see it right there. See it kind of there where it's turning just a little bit. So slightly. So slightly. Hey, Roland. So it is pulling just a little bit. I'm going to try to force it down just a little bit more. Once we get the tram on there, that might also settle it out. But the tram will roll, so it's not a stationary thing. Yeah, it is. So I'm doing we are working on the Lumibricks Heritage Tram and Station. So we got the tram and station. Today we're going to get the tram done. And then, or not the tram, we're getting the station done with the tracks, and then we'll do the tram the next time we meet. All right, so let's see. Let's do a stud count. Now I know that this thing is 32 wide, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we're at 20 deep. So let's see. 32, 16. So it's a little over 2/3 deep. So it is 20 studs in. It is 32 studs out. So that's 10 inches. So it's probably 10 by about 8 inches. Yeah. 10, maybe 8 or 7 or 8 inches deep here. Okay, here we go. We need, it looks like I skipped some stuff. I skipped a lot of stuff. All right, that goes here. We got that. And then now we're doing this portion here. So, I've got one. So, low budget, I was going to say, the other day I was thinking about it. So, you did the bike from the not cyberpunk, but steampunk stuff, the motorbike and wall. And I was looking at that, and I was like, I don't have steampunk, but it was when we were on the other day, we were talking about that build, and you showed it off. I was thinking I might have to break down and actually get that kit, because I love the wall work in it, and I think the wall work would work great with the kind of new city sort of stuff that I'm building. So the bike portion seems a little off for me, but I could still probably manage to get that in somewhere. Which did you like better? Did you like the flying version of it, or did you like just the bike as a bike? Okay, we got a 1x8, 1x6, 2x2, and a 1x2 modified tile. We know it's modified because it's a tile and it has one stud in the center. The flying version for sure. Okay. So they have it to where you can make it to where it doesn't have to have the net thing out front too. It's like, there's a part of me that's like, I like the bike. It has attachment that comes off the wall to hold it. Oh, okay. If it's got an attachment that comes off the wall to hold it, I'm already sold. All right. I'm fine. I'll look into it. I might not be able to do it like this month, but I'll look into it. I might have to go ahead and nab that and put it somewhere in the city. As of lately, I say I'm not able to do it this month because I kind of went not crazy, but I went a bit on a spree. There were some cheap things that came out, and some of them say they're micro brick sets, but I'm going to look just to see. If they are, I'll send them back. I won't keep them. But if they do turn out to be like solid sets, one of them I got for $12. I think that'll be a cool build. So there's one that I'm like excited about. I've had my eyes on it for almost a year now. and it was down for about 12 bucks. And I'm like, okay, let's try it. Let's see how it works. Let's see if it actually does what I think it might do. And I say that because I saw someone build one, and I kind of judged my finger size to hers and was like, huh, this could actually be the size I'm looking for. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, this is going to go right here. We've got another one that's going to go right here. Darker one's going on the end, it looks like down here. Give me a second, I'm going to place these. Hey, Hudson's Review, how are you? What's your review, brother? Let's see. Hudson's Reviews. I'm going to, action figure reviews. You know what? I'm always good for action figures. Always good for action figures. I actually, the other day, speaking of action figures, I was talking about, you know, Lego and some of the new Fortnite sets that they're coming out with. And I know Jazzwares has the builder kits. And I was super, back in the day when Jazzwares had the license to Fortnite, especially their 6-inch figures. I loved them. I've got probably 40 of those out of the series. Like I really enjoyed them. And I got some that I haven't opened yet that I need to open. And a lot of their 3 3/4 inch action figures for Fortnite stuff, I absolutely love those as well. Well, Hasbro took over the license, so they've got that license for all the Fortnite stuff, which is okay. You know, they did, and now they've already kind of dropped them. And I really wanted to get Jazzwares to start doing more figures. And so I think that they should come back and start doing those. I bought another TikTok shop build. Should get. What did you get? You know, you tell me that, and then you don't offer what it was. So, hold on. I might even have to. Let me grab these real quick. So 5. All right, we're gonna do our last bag. We're gonna skip ahead and do 5. Let's see. Hey, howdy, what's up? Let's see, who we got? B&G Bricks and Bobbles. Hey, how are you? I'm having a great day. I'm actually, so I got through bag 1 and 2 of the Heritage Tram and Station from Lumibricks, okay? This is what my mother-in-law got me for Christmas. And I was going to skip, so bags, was it 3 and 4 and 6 are all the Tram. So I'm only going to do the station work. So I'm skipping ahead to 5 to do the actual line work, and then we'll come back to the Tram, I think, next week. You're doing great, awesome. Yeah, you got any good builds on the table today? I bet you do. You're just not sharing, are you? I see how it is. Hey, Andy Pandy, how are you? All right, so far this thing does fit right into here. It is a Mills plated version, so it does sit up. This is a little loose, so if you were to pick it up, you got to be careful about picking this up, because you can't just pick it up. That the way it slides in. I like the way it slides in, but if you were to plate it, you would need to plate it all down in order for it to work correctly. But I did find out these do work with with the Lego train tracks, so I might be getting more of those. And then let's see, it's like a house kind of taller building. I'll probably turn it to Spider-Man display. It's like a house kind of taller building. Did you post it yet? Or did you post so I know you're still waiting on it. You're still waiting on it, but you haven't gotten it yet. Am I correct? When you get it, post a picture of it. I want to see what you got. I ordered on the TikTok shop. I ordered I had a 30% off coupon. I'm like, I'm going to really go as cheap as possible because I'm cheap. And I don't like spending money, but I like getting stuff. And so I picked up, it was a Sakura tram and station and bicycle and it's like a cherry maple tree. It's kind of small, it's ridiculous. But I was like, hey, it's got a tram. If it's a secondary tram, even if it's a small one, I might be able to run some tracks along one edge of the city. And so I have like one going one way, one going the other. So I might play with it like that. Let's see. Just finished a rebuild of the Shire after the. Oh no! After our cat got onto it, I'm finished Care Bear build now. Nice, nice. There's a Lego joke in there. I hate to say it. You ready? What time is it when an elephant sits on your Lego city? It's time to rebuild the city. So kind of the same thing. What happens when a cat goes and plays with your Shire? Well, it's time to rebuild the Shire. The cat's name should be called Sauron. Sauron the kitty. The evil feline from Minas Morgul, coming to destroy the Shire. Oh, I've got it. I need to get a good Lord of the Rings Lego set. I still have all of my old Lord of the Rings from, I can't remember the company. It might have been, was it Playmates, I think, that did it? That's great. Yeah, no. No, I'm trying to remember some more of the villains, besides for all the characters from, because there were a lot more, like, villains. But I'm trying to remember all of the bad guy names, especially for characters that were around the Shire. And I cannot remember all their names. But, of course, you had your Nazgul and all the Witch Kings. And you had, of course, interesting enough, what was it, the Necromancer from The Hobbit and from the Hobbit movie, but it was actually from the Silmarillion. That was, of course, the Witch King of Angmar. I need to go back and reread those books. I absolutely love them. And I've got beautiful. So I'm a slow reader, so it's hard for me to read. And I there's something going on that I should probably get checked. But growing up, we never got tested for anything. It's like my dad was like, you do good and you do what you're supposed to and move on, sort of thing. And so I never really got tested for things that might be going on with my brain. And my wife is like, honey, I've known for years there's obviously something wrong besides for the fact you're a little crazy. But, I went to go look at getting things tested. Well, I'm 46. So at this point, it's like, I don't know how much you're going to be able to help me with certain things, but it's like the idea, it's good to know. Especially because I have a kid. So it's like, for me, it's like, I would want to know. So if there's something going on with his learning, especially when things get harder, I can say, hey, you know what? I have this. It might run in the family. Let's get it checked, sort of thing. Woo, look at this. Isn't that cool? But my wife got me years ago. She got me these. First, she got me, it was The Hobbit, and it's a leather bound book. So it's a book. It's got the leather bounding on it that's in gold, and it's got gold or like a metallic leafing on it that's got like red and green metallics, and then it's got the kind of the gold lettering on it that stands out. On the inside, it's got, of course, the map of the Shire, Middle Earth, and even where the armies come in. And it also has the plans for the Burgle in the Lonely Mountain. And it's beautiful. I love it. And it's got, breakdown of the songs and everything else. And I started reading with my kid, and he kind of got bored, which is weird because that was more of a kid's book to read. But I have that one, and then years later, she got me the Lord of the Ring trilogy that's in a really thick leather bound, and it's in red, and it has, of course, the maps of the Shire. It has a breakdown of Minas Tirith. It has the maps with all the routes that all the different factions from the Fellowship took to get where they were going, and even has the maps for where the borders of all the different lands were, including the 3 cities that were built as a buffer between Rohan and Gondor and Mordor, and the 3 cities there that were built to keep Mordor out from going any further in and taking over any of the land there. After they drove Sauron back, and the Black Gates were created. The Black Gates were created to keep, of course, the forces of man out from trying to destroy them anymore. But then you had the cities that were built as gates to keep Mordor from trying to come into their territory. So very, very territorial. All of them. That is pretty cool. I'm liking that. Look, that's a nice rail right there. But I need to, honestly, I need to get some of those Lord of the Rings sets we had back when The Hobbit came out. And I wasn't getting Lego at the time, but one of our friends has, their kid was getting a bunch of Legos. We have a whole bunch of those sets. And I printed off a book because we had, I think one of the sets was like the river. It was the river town before you get to the Lonely Mountain. And I tried putting those together, but there are problems. Of course, they're brown plates. And Lego has a problem with brown plates, that a lot of the plates, as we were working and trying to get things going, they were breaking on me. And so I did not get to actually put the build together. But I still have the printed book, and I would still love to go through, because I would love to build at least one set from Lord of the Rings. But I haven't been able to afford the other ones. I did think about getting alternative sets, because I know someone did, of course, the Tower of Barad-dûr. Someone's done like the Ents. There was a set that had the Ents with Merry and Pippin. And I'm trying to remember, so of course, Rivendell. Rivendell, that set is beautiful. I did see the new Zelda set. Oh my goodness. Now here's the thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Zelda. Like, I like Zelda, but I'm not the biggest fan. Like, I played, of course, Zelda 1, or, Link, The Adventures of Zelda, Zelda and then Link. Those are the 2 that I played. And I played like a few things with my friend here and there. But I saw that set with that Balrog looking sort of character and Zelda. And I think Link was in there too. And I was like, I might be going and getting one of these. That thing looks super, super fly. That was like, I was shocked. I was like, it's not a very big set, but what they did was, it looks amazing. And I'm seriously hoping that it is budget friendly, that they're not having to do a ginormous, like, I love the ginormous sets, and if you're able to afford them, man, that's even better, because the bigger the set is, the longer it lasts. It's like, yeah, I'm totally down for that. But that set, it didn't look too big, and I'm like, I really hope that they make this affordable, that someone like me, I can get it and I can enjoy it and kind of like build up, I guess, that new fandom. I'm always good for new fandom. But yeah, I want them to come, like I know Lord of the Rings is out of the theater, the kids aren't into those sets, but there's sometimes it's like, I wish they would do some of the old castle stuff again, or some of the, like, they did the D&D minifigs. I was like, I really want a D&D set. And then the only set that we got was that giant red dragon set. Now, the set is amazing, but I don't have $350 to get that thing. And so there's times when I'm like, who are you selling to, and can we get some smaller sets? But again, the Pokemon debacle kind of set the tone, right? They had the Pikachu that was $350, or no, maybe it was $250. Okay, it's expensive. So the Pikachu set that just came out is highly expensive. And people were like, that's too pricey. People aren't going to be able to afford it. They're going to have a problem. Then you got the 3 Pokemon that were all together, and that one was like $325. And you had the, I can't remember the other little character. It's a smaller Pokemon. That one was like $60 or something. And a lot of people were like, or no, it should have been a $60 set. It was $120. When you price it all together, everything together would have been about $700. So people are like, they're gonna be sitting on this for a while. It's not gonna go, blah blah. And it sold out in North America. The cheapest Pokemon set was $60. Yeah, that was yeah. You got this brand new license. You're trying to get the fans in, and it's at a starting point at $60. I was like, we're getting priced out of the Lego thing here. But here's the weird part. It sold. Pretty much every single set sold. And they sold out in certain territories and areas. And I know that they had some that were like, there were smaller quantities, but yeah, they sold out. So it obviously showed that, yeah, it's priced high, but it did show that people were willing to spend the money on it. They were willing to buy it, which is kind of crazy, which is, again, why I still love Lumibricks and the alternate brands, is because some of them, when they are priced for us, they're like, hey, we don't want to price people out of it where they can't do it. Instead, we want to create something where everyone gets a chance to do it. It's just that I'm noticing here lately, I feel like Lumi is kind of pushing on this level where they're getting bigger in their sets, and I think that they should pull back just a little bit and still offer some good quality smaller sets. Let's see, I gained about, dude, you got 200 followers this week, brother. That is awesome. You got to share your secret. What you doing? You're obviously doing something that's super cool, and I'm missing it. I am missing it. I need to be on here more and check out all your stuff, because I know I love the content you're putting out, and your animations are amazing. And maybe that's it right there. That's probably it, because your animations are amazing. People are loving it. But that is cool, man. 200? Dude, that's celebration worthy. I love that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and give you a shout out right now, because you deserve it. If you are in the lobby here on either platform, you're in the lobby, and making sure that, okay. If you're in the lobby of either one of these platforms and you do not follow Low Budget Bricks, you need to. He's got wonderful content. One of my builder buddies out of Texas, and he not only is he finding sets that are cost effective and worthy of your time and money, but he also does some really amazing animation work with those sets and those pieces. Even the way that they're built, the animation around that is really solid. You should definitely check out his page, check out what he does, and go follow him. Show some love. We're all about building a brick building community here. That's how we do it. And like I said, his stuff is fun to follow, so you definitely got to go check it out. I don't even want to know about how much time you're putting in on those on those animations, because they're something else. Let's see. A random post had 36,000. Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. Hey, you know what? It's telling me that you have watched my live for 500 minutes. You know that, Low Budget? You have been in my top tier for the most amount of minutes spent on here chit-chatting with me. I love it, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. We need to come up and do another live together one day. Actually, I was wanting to find out when Tony gets back in town. He's traveling right now, but I wanted to find out when he gets back into town, because I'd like to get him on a live and get all of our Texas builders together. So I'm trying to get us all together to find out when we could jump on together and chit chat and talk. And the same with Bearded. I did a run with them the other day. We were putting together. You were on there. I saw that you jumped on. We were doing just kind of a build together. He's working on that Bronco, and I was working on that Silverwing Future car. That thing was pretty awesome. Maybe jump on live later on Sunday. Okay. Yeah, let me go see what you're building. Do you know what you're building yet, or you gonna kind of throw it up in the air and let someone decide? All right, here we go. We're gonna put this on the edge. So it looks like we've got our flower cart and a few pieces here. We're attaching that, but then I think that's it. After our flower cart, I think we're kind of done for the day. Maybe start. Oh, the Keith Haring dancing figures. See, and I want to get that set because I am an art teacher. I have taught I've taught Keith Haring. I've taught with movement, and I say that because the lines that they create for the way that the characters move, we use that same design principle for movement, which is what creates emotion in the artwork. And so when I most of the time when I talk about movement, I talk about stuff like that, I will look at Keith Haring and I use the dancing figures as a basis for what we're looking at to show movement in our artwork. All right, here we go. We got stem, stud, and flower. That's going to go over here. So we got a couple of flowers up here. I figure we should have probably more flowers than that. That seems kind of weird. It was one of my dream sets. I love the art style. Yeah. Yep. Keith Haring, surprisingly, Keith Haring, he started out on the lines of graffiti in New York. So that's where, he was going. And what he did is he would use the money that he had. He'd go buy chalk. And he'd go down the subway and he would create all those dancing figures and other artwork that kind of spoke to the common man about what was going on in the world, And he would go down there on what they would do is when they didn't have an ad up in the subway, they had these big kind of wooden panels, and most of the time they were flat black. And so they would go and do a flat black, backdrop, and he would go and he'd get chalk. And he got chalk because he could wipe it down and do it again over and over and over. He'd go down with his chalk and he would go and he would create just all these beautiful renditions of the Immaculate Baby and all sorts of things, just kind of chit-chatting and talking about the world and about how he felt about it and about how he viewed where people were with the world and things that were going on. And he would go down there and he would draw and draw and draw, and people would get the attention to it and they'd look at it, and then he usually got arrested. And then after he got arrested, he'd get out. After he got out, he'd run over, and if he had any money, he'd go and buy another thing of chalk. And he'd go down, he would do the same thing again. And he did that over and over and over for years. And then finally some people saw his work and wanted him to come in and start doing, creating work in a studio. But yeah, he did that forever. And then he found a way, after he became popular, he found a way to monetize off his designs. Yep. So he had a long history of homelessness and arrest and other things like that before he actually got big. All right, here we go. We're going to put our flowers on. So we got one little flower here, another one up here, and then it looks like we got another one of our stems. We're putting red on a tall red. Nope, it looks like, yeah, red on a short, and then a white on the other. Boom, boom, boom. These are going to stack one on the other, so let's turn them where they go like this. Beautiful. Put a red stud underneath. This is going to go in the half pot piece. Boom. And this is going to go here. Now, here's my one complaint. And you knew I was going to have one. We got a tile in there. We got a pot in there. Oh, hold on. See what I'm doing? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. How hard would it have been to just replace that with a 2x2 modified tile that had a stud on it? I have a feeling that after it reviews and I do the thing, I'll be replacing that. That is the cart. I mean, I know the cart's not like a namesake. It's not something that has to be, you know, perfect. But I think having that, because right now it just kind of hangs off on the side, which is a little awkward. I think having the tile, modified tile, so 2x2 modified tile that has, of course, it's tile, which means it's got nothing on it, but then you have one stud in the center. I think that would have made it that much better. Checking back in, it's looking great. I know, right? So look, we are, for what we're doing today, because I'm sitting on the 3-hour mark, and I know if I do the tram, I will go longer than I have allotted for my day. So here's my thing. When we come back, we're going to go and we'll be on bag 3. So the next week, we'll come back to bag 3 and we'll go there. But let me show off what we do have. So we've got our cart, our pliers over there. We'll go ahead and kind of push this in right here. Okay, and you know what? Let's populate it too. Let's put. We've got this here. I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this plate right here and I'm gonna stick it to the bottom of that. Fix my card again. All right, and I'm gonna stick this. I'm gonna kind of set it and peg it right here if I can. I'll change this up because I know this is not how they have it shown, but this is how I want it shown. Okay, so I'm gonna put one passenger there. Cart lady, I'm gonna put right over here on the back. She's got flowers. This guy, I want him sitting over here on the platform. He's waiting. Want this guy over here, he is singing. And then our tram operator, I'll put kind of over here. That's kind of a bad spot for the tram operator. Okay, we'll put the tram operator. I'll put this guy over here. I'll put her here. We probably needed another area for pegs, but you know, it is. Okay, so here we go. So this is what we have. I'm showing it here and then I'll show it over there as well. So we've got, of course, our rail. Now the lines do pull. I think this one might be a little loose. I need to tighten this bar up here. But we've got our lights in there. We've got our people. We've got a ticket booth. And let's do the trick, because it's not fun if you don't illuminate. If you're not delighting day and night, we're doing it wrong. So here we go. So we've got our, of course, our rails. We got our people. We got our ticket booth. We got a lantern over there. Look how beautiful that is, right? Man, that's nice. And of course, got a little fountain over there. We could probably put a bird on that little post there. But now I did mod, because I did put a little plate there to hold that in. And I'll probably change a few things here and there. But yeah, that's pretty solid. And nothing really on the back, though. But we've got beautiful front facing. That ticket booth A little ticket stand is probably my favorite. I absolutely love that. And we could push, I might push that seat back just a little bit there. So we got everybody sitting there. We got some beautiful signs. One here. We got a, what is that? A tram schedule over there. And then we got the lines numbers over here to show where we're going to be, what's going on. And then found out that this, so I think it was Brickin' with Mike. Brickin' with Mikey let me know that these rails do actually hook up, like you can hook up the Lego rails with it. So I might look for some Lego rail kits. So when I have the table space and we start building the actual city, I would like to put this in there and run it one way in another direction to actually have this tram working. Even got a little sign up there, which is pretty cool. I think, for me, if I run it this way, I might reverse some of these signs the opposite direction so they show up a little bit better. Because right now, like, seeing the back end of these, like the stud stuff, doesn't work for me. So I'll probably turn some things. Once I'm done with review, once we set it in the city and we know where it's going, I'll probably end up turning some signs and things to make it easier for us to see all of it. And it looks good, definitely from one direction. But yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Looking good. Looking good. Even this, if this was on its own and we had to change up the actual station work, this is one plate wide, and then it's about a quarter of a plate deep. And then we've got these tracks here that we could always alter because they're just multiple plates together. I think on its own it's cute. It definitely works. It's a good display piece, but then you've got this that makes it easy for city build. Easy, easy, easy for city build. All right. All right, my friends. I think that's as far as I'm going to go today. My back is killing me now. Hey, I thank you all so much for showing up. I really do. I thank you all for showing up, for, gifting me, for, commenting and the follows. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate the comments. I want to make sure that I give you all the shout outs that you need. And hopefully I was able to call out everybody's shout outs and even do my thanks and including making sure that I give you the shout outs for who to follow. I thank you all for being here and being present. I appreciate you so much. I got some prayers for some friends that need it. I know Jeff, he needs a little bit more prayers because of what's going on with the cancer. My other buddy that was Mr. 80s toy reviewer fan, I'd have to go back on his name there, but I gave him a follow too. But he was out because of work. He lost his 2 jobs, so I'll be checking in with him, making sure he's all good. Low budget's always good seeing you. I love that you're here, and I love my friends who got off and then came back just to check and see how the build's going. I appreciate you all greatly. Hopefully everyone made it home doing what they need to do, and that you got yourself set up for another build. So I'm gonna do my regular sign off because that's what I do. Let me fix this one over here so I can do it at the same time. Hey guys, I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build and happy brick hunting. Till next time.